Hey everybody, are we all here? We have a update in the trial. Everybody was requested to come back to the court. Both parties were just requested to come back, and people are arriving. So we have come on to the live because that means there is some type of answer for about something. We don't know. We don't know if it's the verdict. We don't know what the verdict is. We don't know if they're hung. We don't know nothing, but something's happening. Everybody was requested to come back. So we are popping on. Hey, Kim. Hey, Doreen. Terry. Carol. Hey, Doreen. Sandra. I got to scroll. I'm on my phone, so I got to scroll so I don't catch ya. Look at everybody who's been in here for so long waiting. You guys are awesome. Hey, Linda. Hey, Betty. Hey, John. Megan. Suzanne. Woohoo. Noreen. Lisa will be on in just a minute. She's just getting her headphones situated, and she will be along shortly. But this is where we are at in the Karen Reed trial. That's why we're going live. A note was passed requesting everybody return to the courtroom now. So we are scoping it out. I have it on Law and Order on YouTube on my TV. So if you want to watch along, that's the channel that I'm on. I'm sorry, Law and Order, Long Crime. Excuse me, Long Crime through YouTube. I'm watching that one live. Looking at from the courthouse, pointed at the building across right now at all the supporters in pink. That's what they're showing. So if you see that,
Hey,
you're on the
hey, I'm here. I made it.
same channel as me, and we are just waiting for their arrival.
What is happening? Thelma is actually there. Did you let them know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Thelma is actually there. She's probably, man, we could probably see her
Yeah,
with what they're showing right now.
I was just
Where's she at?
checking some
There's a
of
lot of people there, Kendra.
yeah, and a lot of the
Hi,
lives
everyone.
went down.
One of the lives went down?
A couple of the live streamers were like, hold on,
Uh-huh.
we have to stop filming for a moment. And I saw that just on two. I don't know if it was a weird coincidence or if like they were asked to stop or if there was like they needed to move. I don't know, but um I think that people were all trying to move and congregate into the same spot to see her arrival. And
Right.
the cops came through and were kind of helping everybody to move. And the cops don't want to be filmed. So I think that's what happened. Because I was also watching somebody and I said, okay. And they left. And I went to the next person. They said the same thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay. I just told Thelma that we're live right now. She says the jury is coming back anytime soon. We don't know whether a verdict, questions, or what.
Right. I'm following a news reporter who's there in the courtroom,
Here she is.
and
Here she is.
they're waiting on Karen's arrival.
Hi, everybody. Yes, they're waiting for Karen's arrival and jury. And we don't know if it's for. She's wearing blue.
Yeah, she's right there.
Yeah. And
They,
everybody is greeting her with the sign.
yeah.
That is amazing. That almost makes me want to cry. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
Good color, girl. Good color. Good color, girl.
We knew
Right.
she was going to wear blue today.
Baby blue, baby blue. Good color. Yeah, I would I wish I could put it up here on here, but I have a feeling they're gonna cause a problem if we
Yeah, this is
do.
what people are discussing here. Like,
Yeah, you can't film it because it's some weird
Yeah. All right,
copyright
so then we
thing.
won't show it. Guys, I'm watching. If anybody wants, I know you. Are you watching Law and Crime too, Kendra? Is that what you were telling
Yeah.
him? Because I was trying to
Yeah.
find my headphones. Okay.
I was trying to, so We
And
are
then we
all
got
watching Law and Crime through YouTube. If you want to watch along, that's what we have it on. And all we're going to see right now until they get situated is the outside, and then it'll flip back to inside the courtroom.
what? And Toma, and now the fan's back.
Right, right. Now we've got the fan back on. See
Fan
it?
is back on.
See it? There's the
And
fan.
Toma's right outside, as you see. So we'll see. I mean, could they possibly have questions at this point in the game? I mean, it's 2 o'clock. It's not like, it's
Say
not 4
hi.
yet.
Say
I don't know. I
hi,
think they might
Lily.
have a verdict.
Hi, Lily.
Let's hope. Like so
I
many
hope so.
people like come here, and I see the same, like almost the same faces as today, the day before.
Hi,
And some of
Buggy.
them come from like a drive for hour or 2 hours, even if not longer. Now helicopters again.
We can give you boops. Can we
Does
give
it
you
mean
boops?
something or?
Boops.
Uh-huh.
Boops.
But it's so exciting to see the crowd. Yeah. It tells about that
If there is a
this case
verdict,
is no longer about one person. It's about like questioning the system if it's functioning
yeah,
fairly,
justice. Hmm.
justice, and the right just to question if there are questions to ask the system if the facts don't add up.
It's not.
And
Right.
It's
yeah,
not functioning correctly. That's why we're even here in the first place, I believe.
that's
Yeah.
why people are here in a hope that we can trust in our justice system. So let's see.
Hopefully, there'll be a verdict and it'll be in her favor.
Yep.
It'd be really cool to see the crowd's reaction.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool because you're right there, Toma. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Is it exciting or what?
I'm trying to keep my excitement like till the verdict is reached, you know?
Well, yeah, I know, because it would be highly disappointing.
So,
Yeah.
Toma, is there
Yeah.
somebody there streaming from inside? Like, how will you guys know?
Sometimes there are some people coming in and out, and just like someone from crowd will approach and ask, and then start to whispering to each other, and or some of them just watch the live whatever is happening in the court, so we start to ask each other, so what's
So, it
happening.
may be kind of a wave of acknowledgement once the word gets passed about which
uh,
way the verdict is, since it
I
won't.
will tell you when it happens. Either it will be that someone is watching it live, or someone will be out, like leave the courthouse and spread the news. I don't know how it will work.
Right, right.
The
So
clock
we
is
will
I'm
see.
still
guessing
ticking.
we will hear it before the people on the street to an extent.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't know which I prefer, to like be hearing it live from the courtroom or to be there amongst all of the people for the
Right.
support, but it'd be fun to be excited with them. But then everybody's going to be like, "Are you sure? How do you know? How you sure? How do you know? Who said?"
Uh-huh.
Wow.
This is the jury. Yeah, that's John's family. Yeah, this is John's family.
They're going in now.
Let's hope the justice system works this time.
Well, when they said that they were working through lunch, I could only
It is a
believe
big
we're
question if it
pretty.
works. Yeah, if it works when like powerful local institutions are involved. So
Right. When they said they were going to work through lunch, for me, that I can only think we're nearly done because why else would you
Right.
work through lunch? You know, if you're not close, oh, well, take a break for lunch. But they wanted to work through lunch. So that was like, hmm. But then it still went on past some lunchtime. You're going, oh, and we know Bev likes to cut it at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I must have
Yeah.
changed the time on this thing like 5 times. I started at 10:30, and it was like 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Like nothing's
So
happening, guys.
again, yeah, just to recap, everybody was given the notification to show up to court. Both parties were requested to come back to court. So we are expecting
Or not?
some kind of new information.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Verdict or not? Verdict.
Yeah.
Verdict. Yes.
So
I'm
they
just
all
doing
think that
verdict or not. Yes, let's see. Do you think it's verdict or not?
Uh, Melanie Little said, Sue O'Connell said it's a verdict.
It's a verdict?
That's good.
Let's keep fingers crossed. Barbara, hi Barbara.
I know. We've still got the fan ready, but yeah,
What do you feel? Verdict or not?
I think it's verdict because they've spent so much 24 hours since they put the questions in. If they had other questions, I think they would have. Yeah, I think they got their lunch. Yeah, they settled in, and the only other thing could be that they might still be deadlocked up and want to know what to do. Yeah, and not even knowing, can you tell the judge that? I was just saying up there. I think every jury, no matter where they are, I think there should be an outside lawyers who get to go in the room with them, and they can't give them answers, but if they have a question, there should be several, and they should be able to confer with each other to determine what they have to answer for them without giving them an answer that. Yeah, I heard about a jury that asked, "What does reasonable doubt mean?" Yeah, and they said you should know. Yeah, and honestly, the general population, there's so much technical
Up,
stuff
it's coming
that
on. They're
you hear.
going into court.
they're
We are
going into
getting to know the
court.
judge.
To really know what it means. And the Massachusetts, we
There
have
she is.
All right.
I forgot what I've been.
Okay, we're getting
The
info.
judge is getting ready to talk.
It was a very fast class.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And you're
This is
ready.
the new. I think the general. Okay. Who's wrong? What do you want? This is live.
They have a verdict.
It's your verdict.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kendra, what does that mean? She says she has a verdict and then they didn't
can
have
you
a verdict
lower
and now.
Toma's volume for a second? I can't
Yeah,
hear
hang
I
her.
want
on.
to be laying down because everyone else to be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to mute you for a second, okay, Toma? Okay. So what did she just say, though?
Oh. Okay, so they were told that there was a verdict. Everybody got called to come in. They showed up, but the jury actually isn't done yet. The forms haven't been filled out yet and turned over. They aren't actually done yet. So
She's telling everybody to stay there.
yeah, she's telling everybody to
Yeah.
stay there. They jumped the gun with the callback as far as paperwork not being quite ready yet.
Look at the guy with the mask on.
Which could mean absolutely still anything, but it sounds like they have come to an agreement on their answer. But now
Hey,
it's just,
Tina. What's up, Tina? I see Tina in there. Sorry, Kendra. I had to say hi.
it's just,
And
Toma,
also,
we can hear you now.
did you know that the signs with text like "Free Karen Read" are not allowed here?
Yeah,
What was that? What's not
you
allowed?
can't have anything that says free Karen Read on it. No signage is allowed.
There was yesterday, though. Is that just today?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not.
know. I think yesterday they put it for just to make photos, but ask
Okay.
not to put with
Yeah,
faces and stuff. So because you can like wear a T-shirt with like "not guilty," but not
Right.
name,
Okay.
but not Karen.
right.
Okay. Gotcha.
They've had a lot of rules about the support outside
Yeah.
because they don't want anybody swayed in any way about it that could possibly see.
Hi,
That's what
Terry.
I was saying. I think it's Bev wants this done today because she does not want to let this jury go for 5 days of freedom out there and get swayed by the world.
Potty break.
Oh, the mask is a she. Sorry. Hi, King Paco. Hey, John.
So
You can feel this suspension in the air.
yeah, people are probably really tense.
I
Yeah.
can imagine. Well, yeah, Cat Lady, they had a verdict, but the paperwork wasn't signed yet, so it was kind of like a jump to get everybody to come back to the courtroom. But technically, they don't have a verdict in their hands yet. But what was the stuff that she said to put in an envelope and put jury on it?
That's what all the slips need to go into.
Okay.
Ah, God, I just hope that they.
It is, right? Creative Crafter says, this is interesting but stressful. Thank you for doing this.
It
Oh,
is.
I know Kendra's real stressed. Were you able to sleep last night, Kendra?
Yeah, I was. And then I had my alarm set for 6 o'clock and I woke up before my alarm even.
Let's see.
Suzanne, thank you so much for your super chat.
I just feel like there's so much corruption in law and in legal cases and in courtrooms for years now. If this goes wrong, there's going to be a riot in Massachusetts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toma, just make sure you're safe. You know what I
I
mean?
am safe. Yeah, I am safe. I think so. Uh, anyway, I am just part of this crowd, and hopefully everybody will be safe, whatever happens.
Creative craft. I can't pray any harder without going into the convent. Silverheart, thank you so much for your super chat. Banner. Okay, my banner. Sorry. I always forget that thing.
You
There
know,
we go.
before that, people were chit-chatting, smiling, laughing, and so like now for these like few minutes, like mostly they are like either like listening to whatever is happening through the phone or like looking at watching what will happen. You know, like
Yeah,
tense.
there's a
I
lot of
can
people
feel
had
this
to go
tension.
off of their lives because they need to get the information. And they
Yeah.
can't
Right.
do things at the same time.
I talked to one lady here. She's from Canada.
Yeah, Toma, if they start to like riot a little, just like back away, like get to like a big open space. You know what I mean?
It's like run, rabbit, run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
For some
think
reason,
they'll
I don't
riot.
see
I
that
don't think this
happening.
particular crowd
No.
will start
Yeah,
rioting.
I don't see it happening. But
This isn't the mentality of this group.
Yeah, the
yeah,
way,
It's
yeah,
loaded with police right now, but
yeah,
later on, you don't know.
it's police around, and people are really like, at, at least till now, very respectful, not loud, and helping
And
each
right.
I don't
other.
believe anybody
Even
is going
sharing,
to agree to be quiet
yeah,
upon a
sharing
full not
food
guilty.
and drinks. So it's right.
Do you feel that there's a bigger crowd or a smaller crowd than yesterday?
I think it's either smaller or almost the same. So
Okay. It seems to be a lot of people more piled up in the front of that building where
yeah,
you were.
That's what one of the
yeah,
TikTokers I
it's much more.
watched
I
that's
will go
there,
through
she
the
said
other
that
way.
there seems to be more people in the same spot than they were more
Mm.
spread out
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toma's probably correct. It's probably about the same. They're just
Hmm.
Also, there is a book here, and everyone who wants write small message for Karen, and at the end they will give it to Karen Reed. And I signed up this book. Also, not signed up. I just also wrote small message for her. So
Well, that's cool.
yeah. I'll go to the other side of the road.
Well, that's a fancy pattern outfit. Look at that outfit.
All right, doing this on change my mind. Maybe that happened.
Toma, are you near where that book is?
Yeah.
Standing with the
Yes, I am.
Can
so
you sign it? Put
the flip that they already said
on?
that was just saying now.
Can I what?
Can you sign it for us for the channel? Two Leaves in a Pod.
Sure. What to write? Let me know.
Kendra, what do you want to write?
Oh, hold on. I will ask you if it's still here. Sorry, do you still have that book to sign for Karen Reed?
You have to assume at this point.
I want just to write from our YouTube channel. Also, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I will sit here.
Somebody.
Kendra, what do you want to write?
We've been with you since day one.
Sorry, start again.
We've been with you since day one.
Have been with you.
Yeah, we have been with you since day one.
We have been
Oh my God, what if this is what it
with
is?
you.
We'll see if it's followed by a quick question. That would be the interesting thing to see. It's a tight little question that follows relatively quick.
One and
The jury's in the building, all right? The jury's in the building.
then
Over there, the jury's just right
What
there.
else?
I mean, are they fighting over the evidence or?
so I did. We have
You can
been
just
with you since day one.
Were they fighting over the fact that
What
they
else
didn't?
do you want to say?
you could put Two Leaves and at Two Leaves in a Pod or YouTube at Two Leaves in a Pod.
The question
Yeah.
So put
hang on all counts, and so I don't want us to hang.
Okay, I
is
will
there
just sign you. Yeah.
We
yeah.
try moving on everything because the judge didn't answer our questions.
Sorry, it's so
Is there
loud.
a TV on or something? Or is
There's like
that
a
what
TV or a speaker or something on.
yeah.
In a pod, right?
What are we doing?
Yeah, in a pod.
It's the only thing that I can even think about. I can't think at this point somebody is saying, no, I changed my mind on reason.
Right?
Yep.
As opposed to, I need assurance that
And you could put Lisa and Kendra.
we're not impacting something because we don't understand the law. That could be the only reason the best I can come up with.
Or I want to know, I want to make sure she's not going to go to jail for this. She's going to go to jail for this. So I'm not
Chat,
gonna,
do you want us to write anything specific?
And everybody from the chat.
They say, all right, listen.
And everybody from the chat as of 18th June 2025, right?
There, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Separation from possible corruption. That is correct. I mean, it is weird.
Is she right by a radio? What is going on?
I think someone might be playing a channel they're listening to.
Yeah, I mean it's like impossible to hear each other.
I know. I just if I lower it, I can't hear Toma.
Or the lesser five. That's the only thing I can think of.
Thank you, Toma.
Thank you, Toma.
Somebody said, I'm good with this.
Where's the
Not guilty. And then after they turn those lips, oh God. No, I have to go the other way. It's got me on the convoluted instructions and everything.
Oh
Did
no,
they
they
all
went.
disappear?
Yeah. No, this is his.
Oh no.
I will just put it here. Yeah. Or
Look, if they knock on the door, it's going to be a panic attack inside the jury room about did we do the right thing. But
okay, mission accomplished.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And still nothing?
No,
No, we're
clock
still
is still
staring at the
going.
fan.
Clock's still going. Fan's still going.
Let me check Sue O'Connell. Oh, you hush, doggy.
Was there a link
Okay,
posted?
it
Oh, that was.
says. All right, so it was at 1:58. The court officers were looking for the clerk. At 2, word went out to bring the defense and prosecution back. At 2:18, the defense arrived. And now we wait. This is from Sue O'Connell, who's in the courtroom. She's a commentator for NBC Boston.
Wow. I didn't mute Toma, did I? No. Okay.
Why you cry? You don't need to
Oh, I'm
cry.
not crying. Oh, someone was asking what the name of your dog was. It's her mom's dog. What's the name of the dog?
Oh, so yeah, I'm babysitting my mom's dog right now, because the dog can't be left alone all day, just because that's how my mom feels. And she's Maltese poodle mix, and her name is Lily. Yeah, I know. And if I say your name, you whine at me. I know. And she likes to lay on my chest and tries to crawl up inside
All
me. I
right,
swear
they're
to
saying
God.
the verdict is in.
No, they, it was a close start. They basically say you haven't heard
Oh my God, dog, really? Oh, you're
They're
killing me.
saying the verdict is in. It's been reached at 2:36 p.m.
Huh?
Stop, stop. Who's saying
No,
that?
no, I'm
They're
just
saying
showing
it all over the
the
chat.
scenery, what's happening all around.
Why? Well, how
To
does the
feel the
chat
vibe.
know?
I don't
Don't.
know, but they're all saying the same thing. Turtle Boy is in the courtroom and said it or something?
Yeah, he is, but
Someone's saying the clock stopped it, yet the clock didn't stop on Law and Crime.
no.
Oh man, now they're just going back and forth. There's no, it's not confirmed.
No, nothing's confirmed. We got to remember that.
Yeah. Oh no, just kidding. Tease. Hey, Christy. Oh, Crazy Lady said the news is saying it. Thank you, Flutter.
Yeah,
Any
they're
news?
just recapping what we said.
Like 20 minutes.
In 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Jim McDermott says 10 to 20 minutes
From
before
now.
we're called back to the courtroom.
So since in 10 or 20 minutes, they will tell the verdict. Is it right? Is it so?
Right. Jim McDermott just said it's going to be 10 to 20 minutes before we're called into the courtroom. So that's what's being posted right now from the courthouse.
Okay, do you want me to reconnect like in 10, 15, 10 minutes, whenever
Okay.
it happens?
Sure.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. Save your battery.
Sure.
yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All right. We'll
right.
see
We'll
you,
be here.
Toma.
Thank you. Hey.
Awesome.
Wow. Are you nervous?
I'm trying to check. I'm starting. Okay. Sue O'Connell 1 minute ago updated. There is a verdict that will be read in 10 minutes.
There is a verdict. Wow. Here we go.
Now, verdict can mean hung jury, though, right? Can it?
Yeah.
So,
The chat's going nuts. Some people are saying the verdict is not in. The verdict is in. The verdict is. There's a verdict. Oh my goodness.
okay, yeah, this is coming from an authority in that courthouse who is a responsible commentator for NBC News Boston. That's who I'm getting my information from at this point. So, that's what she said. So, some type of verdict is going to be read. And if we go by court time, you have to double everything they predict.
We can't, Peb. They're telling us not to air it or whatever. We're right there, and we're gonna see the reaction because Toma's outside. Um, yeah, I can't throw Law and Order on here for whatever reason they said. What was the reason they said before?
It's copyright against,
Well, that yeah,
is what it
which
is.
which normally, like if it was a state case or something, like I don't know, like normally as long as you're not monetizing it, it should be fine, and I don't care about monetizing it. But they
Yeah,
said something earlier, and I'm kind of like, all right, well, let's not take no chances. We're here. Toma's outside, you know.
yeah.
But
Does
we are watching. You're still watching Law and the Crime, right? I want to keep wanting to say Law and Order.
when we first got on, I said Law and Order, and I said, "Excuse me,
You
wait,
did.
I just said Law and Order. I'm sorry, Law and Crime, because we're used to that damn TV show." But yeah, I have it
You're
on.
right. The last time for the fan, Debbie. You're absolutely right.
I'm gonna miss the fan.
Oh my God! Thank God I don't have to see this fan again.
I was laughing because somebody said, "Are you seriously watching a fan all day because you don't trust your notifications?" And like everybody in the chat was like, "Yup, you better believe it. We got the fan on everything we're doing."
Yeah. Cal says,
Some
I think the
lady was
fan is
like,
just as
"They
famous as
better
his
come."
case.
Some lady was like, "They better come to a verdict soon because I can't keep hiding in the bathroom at work. They think I got a stomach problem."
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Oh,
I
we
couldn't
got
even
Toma's
imagine.
back. Toma's
The
back.
tension arises, so that's why I decided to, like, I don't know why, like,
What's wrong?
Whoops.
before it was so silent, and right now it's.
Yeah, they said the verdict is in now. They've announced it.
Yeah, see, the street is going to get it well after us getting the news, it seems like.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know,
Oh my God.
yeah, the cops are getting upset.
Guys, let's stay here.
Yeah, right? Can you imagine how Karen feels right now? Oh, they're adding more barricades.
Yeah, they're they're not intentionally agitating it, but now suddenly doing this in the last few minutes is going to agitate everybody.
Right. Yeah, that you're probably right. Helen said, "My guess is that the people on the street are watching court TV also, so they'll get it just as soon as we do." The only thing is, like, the chat's a few minutes delayed from us. Not a few minutes, couple, seconds
Right. There seems to be anywhere from like 5 to 30 second delay
delay. Yeah,
in everybody's connectivity availability and phones and shit. So,
yeah, yeah. Pebs, I'm watching the same thing, and the verdict clock is still going.
yeah, it'll go until they get in that room.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We'll need to,
Linda says the clock is stopped. It's still going over here.
yeah, long crime will keep it going until the jury walks in the room. That's just what they've been doing. So,
Right. And court TV shows the clock stopped.
They put those metallic barriers now because the crowd is already like started to be a
yeah,
little
the
bit
crowd's already
aggressive.
starting to
Oh,
mess up their
okay.
excitement.
Toma, just be careful.
I think there's going to be just a huge gush of happy noise that's going to come from this crowd with hands going
I
up,
hope
arms going
so.
up, jumping up, screaming, hugging, crying, and nobody's going to listen to be
I, I,
quiet.
I'm already like moved a little bit. If she gets that not guilty, I'll have tears. I'll be happy for her.
And it's not just for her and all the people involved in this, but this
Yeah,
is making a
They closed
statement.
the roads so people can be now on the road closer to the courthouse.
Yeah, they don't want people to bombard the courthouse and mess with anything over there. They don't need any of that
yeah.
nonsense happening, people getting out of control.
Let's get some pink hearts in the chat, guys. if you feel that she's innocent, put some pink hearts in the chat, guys.
Honestly, if you don't feel she's innocent, why are you here watching? You don't care.
Well, I guess people who think she's guilty wants to see if she's guilty. You know what I mean? So, I mean, people are allowed to have their own opinions. I personally, my personal opinion is she's innocent.
Right, but
Maybe not of the
why are you here
DUI,
in
but
our specific chat? You can just
yeah.
watch your local news, okay? Thank you, and exit kindly.
Kendra.
I'm honest. I don't care. We can still be friends and like each other, but we don't need to chat right now. That's all.
We don't need to chat right now. That's all.
It's
You're funny.
it's not that deep. We have a focus. We have combined energy flowing through this chat right now between me and Lisa and all of you,
Dog
back
is
around
worried.
like a circle. Our warrior strength, our pride, our loyalty, our love. It's working. We're in a vibe. So if you're not in the vibe, you're glitching us. Stop. Get out. Bye bye. We're on a
Don't
roll
mess
right
up.
now.
Don't mess up our energy right now.
Yeah,
We're
we don't got
shifting.
time to scooch you out. Let's just, be polite.
You're funny, Kendra. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
Lisa, y'all killed me last night. I accidentally ate edible.
Oh no, Lucinda. Hope you enjoyed your ride.
Oh my goodness.
How
We
many
so
people do we have
bad.
in the chat? I can't see
I
the
see
number.
166.
Awesome.
Yeah. Welcome and thank you for being here, buddy. Oh, thank you, Starbucks. Ask Toma. Whoops, it went by so fast. Ask Toma to go across the street or to the back of the crowd for her safety. Yeah, everybody's concerned for your safety, Toma.
She'll be okay. She'll be all
I think
right.
she'll be okay.
She's surrounded by people who are in likeness with her, and nobody's here is gonna be hurting nobody. I know. I've been a little bit
Hey, Jared.
stressed that we have a Coburger trial thing happening today too.
All right, the verdict clock has stopped on Law and Crime Network.
What numbers did it stop at?
20, 33, 40.
Interesting.
Ah, hold on. 2, 3, 3. So we're at 8, 8, and 4. 12. 12 reversed is 21.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Good numbers. Good numbers. And she's in blue. The chat is going nuts on this channel, though. It's saying the verdict is in on the bottom of the channel now. Just waiting. They just put someone be reading a verdict on court TV thing. Yep, it says verdict is in. Hi, Ken. But the fan is still showing.
Dog, if
The
you would have
darn fan. You what?
Sorry. It's okay. I'm so sorry. That's total fine. I know.
you better not have gone potty anywhere but your potty pad.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's right. Everybody who got pee pads, have them handy just in case. You never know. You might need them.
All right. We're looking safe. You're being a good girl. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud. You know where you can go, right on your spot right here, sweetie.
Judge Bear probably had to slam a couple martinis first, right?
Bev is mad.
Yeah. I had to start wearing my socks, man. It's so loud here. I got an AC going.
Oh shit! It's hot outside.
It's hot here. We're at we got 90, but the humidity here makes it so much worse.
Yeah, we went from a nice like 78 to we're 90 today, so that sucks.
Really?
Yeah, when
But
it
you
jumps
don't
like
have
that,
like the
it's
humidity like
worst.
here.
You can't stand when it jumps. Well, why
Preston, what's going on?
in my water for me? That was lame. Huh.
Pebs has rumbles in her belly.
Yeah, good boy.
I do too, but I think it's gas.
Oh, hey, I made ice cream bread last night.
You did? I've never had ice cream bread.
I will
I made
come back
mint chocolate
again
chip
when
ice cream
something
bread.
happens. Like for 5 minutes, I will be away. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Yeah. Unless
We'll be here.
something happens right
Okay,
now.
we're here.
Yep.
Okay. We're here. Thank you, Toma.
Yeah, I use
Hey,
Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip ice cream.
hey. How dare you?
It is pretty good.
How dare you not share
Here, do you want
with
to try a piece?
me?
Don't tell your mommy.
Oh, you're bad.
Here, have a crumb. You should see the minuscule piece I give her.
I'm gonna rat you out. I'm telling my aunt.
Oh, you
You
like
gave the
it?
you gave the doggy ice cream. You didn't give me any.
Here, I'll give you a slightly larger piece.
So bad, so bad, so bad. All right, come on. This fan has really become, I'm annoyed.
It's good, right?
uh,
I'm not leaving. Don't worry. I'm not going to China. I'm
yeah,
coming
you're
to the
not giving her the
couch.
chocolate, are you?
No, no. Don't
I
look
need to
at me
talk to
like that.
Lisa. If anybody sees Desert Dragon Works in here, let me know. My leopard gecko is making me nervous. She's shedding a lot. She just keeps shedding. So she's
Oh,
not
ours
eating a
did
lot.
that. Ours, they don't eat when they shed.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like she's not eating. I found beetles in there because the worms had, dug
Oh,
whatever
we
and
have
turned
that
into
every
beetles.
week in here, our place with our Lizzie.
I'm just worried, you usually can see her tail's good, but her tail looks thin to me. Thinner. So I'm worried.
Well, I don't
And
know
she's
what
just
she looks
chilling.
like.
She's just laying there chilling, sleeping constantly. And I'm like, I keep I'll make noises and finally
That
she'll hear
could
me.
be a
I'm like,
growth spurt. Ours did that for like 6 months straight. She was
really?
constantly shedding. She would
That's
eat
that that's
like
exactly what she's doing.
maybe 4 worms once a week. I thought for sure she's going to
I
quit.
haven't got her to eat a worm unless she did it because I leave them in the bowl, but sometimes they get out. So and
Right.
then they dig, and I'll find them in there, or even they go underneath the bowl.
Right. Yeah,
I
ours hide all
found that
over the
yesterday.
place.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my god, there's worms. They eat the shed leaf. Yeah, I helped her get some of the shed. She seemed really annoyed last week, and I could see because the shed's trying to come off her head and it was just kind of stuck. So I helped
Spray
get
her
it
with
off of her.
water.
That's what I've
Like
been doing.
a mister, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
She gets it stuck on her fingers, right? And then
get down.
she gets it right now. She's got the shed just on her tail. It's not on her whole body. It's on her tail.
So yeah, there's Lizzie just hanging out. And there's all her food mess.
I think the cord is in. It just went beep. You are unmuted. Whatever that means.
Yeah,
Yep.
that means it's
Court's in.
starting.
Court. Yep. Judge is there.
They've moved from the fan. Okay, this is
No
it.
longer a fan. We're back. And here's Toma.
All right, we're gonna have to mute her though to
Here we
hear.
go. All right. Toma, I'm going to mute you for a minute until they give the verdict.
Oh God, I'm nervous.
Oh my God.
Pink hearts, people. Pink hearts. Here it
Pink
comes.
cards,
Oh, the
guys.
poor woman. Look what they do. Oh.
All right. Easy. She's standing there. Oh my goodness. Let's see.
Oh. Take a breath. Take a breath. I'm telling her to take a breath. Maybe I need to take a breath.
Murder in the second degree. What say you? Is the defendant of our guilty or not guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you?
Oh!
Do all of you agree? Thank you. 002. What say is the defendant of our not guilty or guilty? Not guilty. Is not guilty or guilty vote?
Yes!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? 003. What say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman. So say you all.
Oh my
You
God!
could
You hear that crowd? Toma is muted. You hear that crowd?
you can unmute her.
I'm gonna unmute her.
You hear that out there?
Wow.
Wow, that was loud. This is within the
She's crying.
courtroom.
Look at her. She's crying.
Of course. It's over. Where's her dad? Where's her dad? Is he crying? Oh, she's
Wow.
hugging
Not guilty.
Liza. You know
Wow.
he's
So she was
crying.
not guilty
You
completely,
know
right?
he's
Not guilty, not
crying.
guilty, not guilty. Wow. Wow. Listen to that crowd. And Toma's muted.
That roar we could hear from inside the courtroom
The courtroom.
camera.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bev. Fuck you.
Wow. Justice has been served. All right, hold on.
Regarding the charges that you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that we do not want these records sealed. To request that these records not be sealed, you may use the request not to seal form, which is posted on the trial court's website on mass.gov. I cannot accept the form here in court. You must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. Please be aware that if the records regarding the charges which you have been found not guilty are sealed, you will be unable to access the sealed record of the not guilty dispositions or any other records regarding those charges. If you want copies of any documents regarding those charges before the records are sealed, you should request copies from the court.
I dropped my
Wow.
So we need a date for our sentencing. Can we do it next week?
find them.
Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Wow. Charges are sealed unless she decides she wants them unsealed. It said date for sentencing. A sentencing for what?
They found her guilty on the lesser driving drunk charge.
The DUI?
Yeah, there's two parts to that. There was guilty on
Okay.
one part of that.
Ouch. Who cares?
Right, exactly.
Oh, look. It's Thomas' friend. Hey, she's muted, though. I think she muted herself. Hold on.
Recommendation. So the standard that everybody else gets on a first time OUI? Okay. So I'm happy to do it. All right, thank you all.
1 year probation, 1 year probation on docket number 002, the lesser included offense of operating under the influence, 1 year probation. 24D program.
She got a year It sounds like she got a year probation for the DUI.
Yeah,
That they
that's
just
all
did it right
is.
there.
She's already been on probation for 3 fucking
Yeah,
goddamn years.
pretty much.
She's
Oh,
already
she's
lost her
crying.
car and her license. So thank
Wow.
God.
Right? Wow. Now we got it. Toma's muted. I don't know if she knows she's muted. She muted herself. Toma, you can unmute yourself if you want. Wow. Look at them. They're just hugging us. She's wow. You all there? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Toma may not be able to hear because it's probably so loud by her.
Yeah.
But they're still in the courtroom. They're not coming out just yet. Wow. All these men surrounding her right now have tears in their eyes. Hey, there you are. We hear you now, Toma. She's still in the courtroom right
Yeah, I
now?
saw Bruce. I was mute.
Oh, okay. All right, they're getting ready to come out. Tomer, they're getting ready to come out. So everybody started shouting. It was so hard to hear what the DUI charge if she was guilty or not. Wow. All right, so they're gonna come out right now. She's on her way out. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Wow. That's awesome. Justice prevailed. Listen to that. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Are you watching Long Crime? It is insanely loud on there. Like,
Yeah.
what are they chanting? I can't even tell what they're chanting. Oh, Karen Reed's free.
Kendra, did she come out yet?
No.
She hasn't yet, so go ahead.
Oh, so Karen Reed didn't come out yet.
No, we can see
Okay.
it.
The,
We've got a real.
seeing them that was sitting there.
Oh, okay.
Right, Strictly? I get you. I feel you.
These poor security and police are just like, oh, this is a day of hell for us.
Right, Kevin? I was just thinking something. Someone should give this girl a shot.
Well, since she just got convicted of an OUI, maybe not taking a shot right
I
now
know,
would be okay.
I know. Wow.
Yeah, really.
That's true, Hannah. Most likely it does.
Well, you know, the soundbite for the evening news is going to be that not guilty and hearing the crowd roar outside.
Right?
That's going to be the soundbite for everybody. Thank God. Have a little more hope and faith in humanity now. A jury did the right thing.
Oh my God, so many helicopters are in the sky.
Wow.
Crowd is losing their mind. Jen McCabe must be pissed.
Good.
They shouldn't be pissed. They know who the actual murderer is.
Right? Wow.
I think there is no even need to ask questions to people. Like you just can see everyone. They're just
Yeah, yeah. They just want to see her come out now, you know? It's going to get loud there, Tom. It's going to get even louder. Whoever's running this camera on Law and Crime right now is really bothering me. They're making me dizzy.
Yeah,
Just
I'm just
kidding.
walking around.
No, not you. On the
Oh,
TV, Law and Crime. Actually,
I
on
thought
TV,
my, I thought my
the
lady.
YouTube. No, you're good. You're good. They're like just their camera is on focus and they keep moving around and I think they're trying to fix their battery or something. I don't know.
They're just trying to capture the crowd.
Yeah.
And
They're
the
all being
connection is
moved
What
around.
so bad here.
what does that sign say? Corrupted CPD. It's blurry. I can't even read what it says.
Yeah, it's the camera's blurry. It's not our eyes.
You know, after all that, they just want to see her come out free. You know. Couldn't believe that. Can you believe that crowd that you heard it from the courtroom like that? Wow.
Yeah. There's just random bouts of cheering.
I don't know. I have no idea, Pebs. I agree. They need new cameramen there. This is getting whoa, dizzy. Yep, yep, Mother Bird. She is not guilty, but guilty of DUI, and she's got 12 months probation.
Oh, there's the helicopter footage.
She's probably like fixing herself and fixing her hair and
Oh,
stuff
they
to
are
come out.
chanting Morrissey resigns.
They're chanting what?
Morrissey resign.
Oh.
That's
I'm just
wow.
waiting him to come out, and then probably we'll start heading back.
Yeah.
So
Or until
I'm
my phone
surprised they
dies.
let everybody get up close to the cars.
Or until your phone dies.
I was smart today. I just took a T and a bus because it's quite difficult to find parking spots around here.
Yeah, so Kendra, she's still facing a civil case, right?
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. I think that those all those off
They have the chance to
possible.
drop it though,
Yeah.
because it's harder to get it when you're obviously not guilty and you're
Right.
not OJ.
Right.
Because, he has future potential to make a lot more money, right? And she does not at this point. She has nothing. So what are you going to do? Get money from a rock?
Yeah. She lost everything. Like she lost her 401k, like everything that she's basically done her
Right.
whole
She
life.
lost
She's
her
lost it all.
home, her car, she's
I'd be suing the
her
state.
job. I can't believe Yannetti broke down. That's so cool.
Okay, I will go around and say goodbye to some people, so I will be back in a few minutes,
Okay.
and
Okay.
also to tell goodbye to you guys as well. I'll be back.
Alrighty, Toma. Thank you. I think she'll make money off of like anything that arises from this. Books, a movie or something. You know what I mean? Like I think she'll have plenty of ways of making money. But I still think she should sue the state. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
I don't
I'm not a
know if she's
lawyer.
allowed in that state.
To sue them? Why? Because
I
they had
don't,
what
they,
probable cause to what?
right. Like that was talked about in one of those analyst shows I was watching, and something about how this all went down. You can't sue them because they, quote unquote, didn't do anything wrong. They
And she
didn't,
was found not guilty anyway.
right.
I don't know. There has
It
to be
was
a
it
way
was a
for
couple
her.
months back, so I don't remember the details, but I want to say, and
That's not fair that you
it could
could
be the way that
falsely.
the laws are within the state of Massachusetts. Also, we've heard that numerous times in this case that Massachusetts has their laws are very different than most other states, like with the jury slip, for example.
Yeah, I
That
just
was a
think it's
big
not fair
issue.
that they're able to hold her life up like this and, you know, uh, file false charges against her at this point. You know what I mean? And she lost everything and having to defend it. I think she should be. It's like what is it called? Malicious. There it is. Malicious prosecution. Blech. Get it out.
I mean,
Malicious
they may
prosecution.
try, she may be able to. I don't remember. I don't know if it's something that's worthwhile to do. I don't know.
She should. I think so. They really don't have anything against her. I mean,
Right. But then
there's nothing.
everybody
There's
who's
no
in a
solid evidence
case,
against her.
and then they come out not guilty can't sue for that, wrongful prosecuting.
No.
So I don't know what the rules are around all that. But I know
Well,
I heard
you'd think
somebody
that they'll
saying
settle a case, but based on, didn't you say that the one guy, is it that
also,
Morrissey guy that said he's going to take this and he's going to keep it like it was a hung jury? He was going to still prosecute it again and again and again until she's found guilty.
Wait.
Is that who?
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
who said that?
he's the head guy. I think individually people can be sued, but
Hmm.
not like as a whole police department or something like that. But his request for resignation has been put in throughout this city for a long time before this case.
Yeah. How long does it take to fix her hair, man? Just kidding. No, she's probably like
I think they
signing
have
papers or
a lot of
something.
sign, a lot of stuff. All the
Yeah.
lawyers have to sign.
Yeah.
And then they have to get the information about where's the cars parked, what are we going to who are we going to talk to,
Mm,
what are we going to say.
yeah.
I
Aren't
kind of hope she
her
doesn't.
vehicles right up front?
I hope she doesn't really talk too much and say anything other than I'm happy, whatever. Like, I hope the reporters don't come in with their dumbass questions right now, you know?
Yeah. That Bev looked pissed off.
Actually, I thought for Bev, watching her for the last 3 months, she was polite. She was nice. She was very kind. They instantly asked for the proper sentencing as a typical person would get on their first offense. She said, "Yep, I'll do it right now for you. No problem." Like, holy shit, Bev, really? Wow,
Uh-huh.
thanks. You didn't
So
make something simple difficult.
based on the 12 months probation, is that like a sentencing? Is it done now, or does she actually have to
Yeah,
come back to? So
that's
I
it.
thought that's what I thought. Basically, she said, "Okay, I'll agree to that," and that was it.
Right, that's it. So it's done. So she can't drive for another year, get her license. She can't commit any crimes. You know how it is for anybody on probation, typical probationary stuff. She'll meet with her probation officer and she'll live life normally as possible for, the situation.
Yeah, because it's saying your face is 12 months probation. I was pretty sure that they just took care of it right then and there.
They did. Yeah, they
You
did. The
know.
judge said, okay, right on the spot.
Oh.
I just texted Gary in all caps, not guilty.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yes. And then he goes, but of everything? And I said, she got,
Uh-huh.
I said, no, she got the lesser OUI, no big deal, 12 months probation. He's like, I'm like, exactly. And the thing of it is, I'm not even bothered by that because she did drive drunk and she admitted it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm
I don't
okay
think
with
she's
that.
bothered by it either.
No, she admits I did wrong. Hey, if I get pulled over for running a stop sign and I know I did,
Mhm.
oh, well, I did. I can admit it. I have to deal with that.
Right, right.
I don't need to be accused of murder.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of people there. I'm seeing the overview. Are you still watching Long Crime?
Yeah, yeah.
But there's not as many now as I thought there would be still. People did disperse, it seems.
Right. Well, a lot of times, like they wanted the verdict, obviously, but a lot of times people want to get out of there before there's traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I feel like, hey, I stayed this long. I sat here how many days? I'm going to stick through to the last second.
all right. Yeah. Well, we're here. We're watching it from a screen. So, but if I was there, I would still be there.
And this
This
was
is cool,
what
though.
this is the moment to see the person is very cool. This
I
was
knew
what
when I
was
saw her in
missing.
the baby blue. I knew when I
Yeah.
saw her in the baby blue that she was going to be not guilty. I knew it was going to go her way.
I shore the blue
Why?
because yesterday John O'Keefe's family all showed up in blue because they stand and back the blue.
Right.
So she wore blue today.
Yeah, I mean, this was to me a corrupt situation, and it goes, it makes police officers look bad, obviously, but this isn't an incident in itself. You know what I mean? Like, not all police officers are like this. I stand behind the blue. You know, um,
I believe in all of my
but
first
they're
responders to behave properly
yeah,
off the bat. Until you do wrong, I have no reason to just automatically be suspicious or defensive.
yeah. it's just really sad what was done to her. You know.
But you know what? I
Um.
know that I'm a white woman, and I know that's privileged, and that not everybody that shares the same color skin as me can say that. And if it's a male with different types of melanoma, they can't feel the same
I
way.
Toma's back.
And I
Hey
understand
Toma.
that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when she's coming out. I just don't want to miss that moment.
You're good. We're still watching on Law and Crime as well. What are they chanting, Toma?
They're saying justice for John.
Oh, okay.
Log up chain. Log up chain.
Well, now I think they need to go after for who really did this. You know, and
Now they're
hold these
screaming, lock up Jen.
lock up Jen.
Yeah, they keep changing the chant every few minutes here. I
That's
honestly would
so
be
crazy,
mad if any of those McAlbert fools are mad about this, because
right?
they know the damn truth of who murdered him that night and how it went down. They all know. So they can't
Yeah.
be mad that America got it right. Be mad that you were a piss poor
You know
cop.
what? I mean, a man loses his life. His girlfriend, they're attempting to throw her under the bus for it. They were all drunk that night. She's the one who's been harangued for 2 years. I mean, this is so sad. Like you forget she lost someone that she cared so much about too. Justice for John Strictly. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really think they need to go after these people that were involved
They won't.
and involved in covering it up.
They won't. They were all the same people.
I still think,
I mean, they're
you
not gonna go against themselves.
yeah. What are they saying now?
I don't hear
He
them.
took in his
Yeah.
niece and nephew and gave them stability. Yep. Yep. Lock up Higgins.
Proctor.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
only shame. Oh my God, that's funny. I just said only shame. Gerald will be doing his own walk of shame. AP has a good camera near the microphones outside the courthouse. Really? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Trying to switch over. Look at all that pink. Lock up Proctor. Swiss cheese evidence doesn't always hold. We know there's a few involved in many cover. You know what? It's good to see justice is being served in a courthouse. After, I mean, I know this is not a murder case by any means, but after looking at all these cases and just seeing how long it's taking and what the courts allow sometimes, and it's like, wow, man, you really wonder. You don't know. You just don't know. I'm not going to say anything bad. You don't know if you're dealing with a good judge, bad judge, a judge that don't care. You just don't know. And when you're watching this Bev judge, and you're like, what the hell, but at least this time, she just allowed the jurors to make the decision, and she really didn't seem to try and stop it or change it, right?
We're going to end up seeing her on Dateline 2020, whatever one of those. Somebody's going to get a sit down interview with her, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then all the jurors, they're going to interview the jurors that want to come forward and say anything. Um, I mean, to me, this was an obvious case. You know what I mean? But that they definitely wanted her found guilty of something. Something.
Yeah,
So it's like,
they're
to
not
give her the freaking
satisfied
DUI
with
at this point. Okay.
they're not satisfied with this, I'm sure. See, there's
Oh,
her car right there by that beige car
uh-huh.
over there. So
Yeah.
this is police blockade car. So she's still going to stop and turn and walk.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing all those people right in the front are all reporters. She'll probably say something. They'll probably do a public statement. They're just taking a long time. Come on. I don't care. I waited this long. Hey, Strat Lover.
Lisa, I will log off and log on once again when she's coming out.
Okay, hon.
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
hon.
wait, wait, wait,
Oh,
maybe.
wait.
They will wait for this to be done. There'll be another.
No. No, the door is closed. Okay, I will log on in a couple minutes.
Okay, hon. Thank you, Toma.
This kind of is taking a long time now.
All right, you go, John. Kendra, did I lose you?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm still watching. You still on Law and Crime?
Yeah. I like this overhead shot.
Yeah, me too.
People seem to be dispersing still, so it's a little less
Yeah.
chaotic to follow.
So John's on his way to file something for the first federal case today. There was my my motion to use the pacer to file everything was denied. The judge compared me to a prisoner, though. Even prisoners can get to the court. I'm like, yeah, well, they have like attorneys, and isn't there a system? Like they're not walking into court to file an hour away. Toma's back. Hold on, let me grab her. There we go. I guess they're coming out now. Although this
Yep.
camera on Law and Crime is not showing it.
No. Oh, there it is.
There
There
we
it is.
go.
There they
There we
are.
go. Oh, they're open. That's cool. Yeah, see, that's what they're doing. They're setting up. They're going to speak. Wow. She thanked everybody for supporting her. And they said the case is over, it cannot be reopened. I'm shouting because I hear it so loud in my headphones. Are you listening? Oh, see, I'm shouting to you guys because it's so loud in my headphones.
Everybody's shouting. Everybody calm down.
Wow. It's hard to hear them.
You don't answer any of this other shit.
Wow. Wow, it is so loud. Oh my goodness. Wow. They thanked everybody, all the supporters, even content creators. They thanked their team. Um, they said that this is it. Case is over. Wow. Oh, look at them blocking her hand on hand for making a
Yeah,
basically
they have to build a
barricade.
wall.
Yeah. Wow. See that girl pushing them in the car and stuff like that? To me, that would be Tori. You know,
Yeah.
that would be Tori.
Look at them guarding this car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's
that's
crazy people out
awesome.
there. Some rogue asshole could show up and never know what'll happen.
Yeah.
Scary.
Toma, how you doing? You okay? She's speaking to the AP reporter.
Well,
Toma, that was great. Thank you so much. Aren't you excited? This is such a good day for her. I'm so happy for her.
It's got to be a weird feeling to just look around and go, it's over. Like
Right.
this
It's
has been
now over.
every
Yeah.
day for the last 3 years since
Yeah.
January 29th of 2022.
Yeah. That's
Like
just
when this
crazy.
started, the whole, wear a mask in public shit was still going on for them.
oh,
Yep.
Like the world has changed so much in this amount of time. Like it's been so much, so long. That's got to be
Toma,
a
you
bizarre
okay?
feeling.
yeah, I'm okay. I'm just like enjoying walking on the street while it is closed. No cars.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for
Thank
going live with us,
you.
Toma.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you.
Thank you,
everybody
Toma. That
for
was really
sharing
sweet.
with
I
me
hope
this
you have
happiness.
fun.
Everyone's saying thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You're awesome. Thank you.
You're
We
welcome
appreciate
and love
you.
you all. And yeah.
Be safe going home, Toma. Bye. Oh, she's so sweet.
Be
Bye.
safe. Love ya.
She's so cute.
I know she's adorable. Don't you? I just want
I
to eat her
know.
up. She's so cute.
Thank you, Toma. Thank you.
There goes the car.
Uh,
Karen's driving away.
yep, she's driving away. Wow. I wish we could have put this on here. There's got to be a
Yeah.
way. to do that. But based on what they were saying earlier, I was kind of like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
People were
But
getting slammed on earlier on TikTok for it.
oh, really? Yeah. See, then
So
we don't want to do that.
and everybody was just sort of saying we don't really understand the reasons why fully. We just know we can't.
Yeah.
Dude,
Gosh, can you imagine what's gonna be like for her? Oh, did she just have the window open and she was like waving or something?
yeah, her and
Um,
Alessi.
can you imagine what it's like though? Like now she's gonna go home and like not have to worry about court no more. I mean, it's just over. Like the freedom she's feeling the second when she gets home. You know what I mean? Right now she's still kind of in it. You know what I mean? But when she gets home and she's getting ready to maybe eat some dinner or lay down or you know what I mean, just knowing that it's over. This part of it's over because again she still has a civil case. You know.
Right. I'm sure there's actually still a lot of stuff she has to do regarding this. Like she's going to have to immediately go see the probation officer and start filling out where's your permanent residence going to be for the
Right.
next year. You can't move anywhere, you know. So
Yeah.
she'll be busy and she's going to get swamped now with the TV people calling her up going, "We want the scoop. We want the first interview." We.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what's going down the fifth of vodka. Yeah. I think being on probation, she's not going to be
She's
able
not
to
allowed to drink.
drink. So,
Yeah.
although she hasn't signed up for it, so she actually technically probably can have a drink right now. Unless that's what she did when she was inside and she had to sign papers in there for that. But anyway, I
I doubt
wouldn't
the
if I was
lawyers
her.
would think that
I
was any kind of
wouldn't
a
if I
smart
was her.
idea in the courthouse.
Yeah. I'm just saying, based on other things.
She's
But that
gone
would be the
this
crowd
long
for
now
John and
without
Michelle.
being the big drinker
Oh, that
that
would be the
she
crow.
was. She can do it just fine.
Right? The technicalities and aftermath are going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah. No, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I know plenty of people who probably would in her situation do just that. You know,
Do what?
have a drink.
Oh.
Not to get drunk, but just to like a glass of wine or something. You know what I mean? Like, and if she hasn't signed up for the probation, she probably could, but I wouldn't chance it. You know. But
Oh,
the
are you
lawyer
kidding?
said the
Out in
case is
this
closed.
fucking public that she's in, she will be scrutinized.
Well, who's this? Maybe, I don't know. Her mom's sitting there going, "Here, honey, have a glass of wine." Who knows? I'm not trying to put that out there. I'm just saying it's a possibility. She's technically under jurisdiction now, still being on probation. So I wouldn't chance it at all. But wow, wow. I mean, that's amazing. Justice has been served. It
What
really
was
has
funny
been.
to me was he said not guilty, and like there was like no reaction across the lawyers in her face. Like they were just stoic, like he was still just saying anything. And I'm like,
I think you know what, because to me it sounded like they were going to ask each juror. You know what I mean? So
no, what they
I
have to do
think
is the foreman says it, and then they say, "Jurors, do you all agree?" And they all have to nod.
right,
And then it was the second count, and then nod. And
right,
so I think because the first couple are the big ones, obviously, once we got to DUI, then they were showing emotion. But
right,
it was because of the murder, that's jail, that's you're done for. They
yeah,
were waiting to
yeah,
get through all of that part.
right. What a relief. Wow. Uh, she asked, "What does that mean, please?" What does what mean? I missed whatever it was. Sorry. What does what mean? Did I miss a super chat? I'm sorry. No. Okay. Strictly Silverheart, Suzanne, Starbucks Junkie. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. And I agree, man. There really needs to be justice for John. I don't know how that can happen though. You know? So did Jen technically perjure herself? Can they go after her for perjury? Something?
Half of these witnesses perjured themselves.
They should do something.
If
You
you
know.
listen to the 911 call from Jen McCabe,
Oh, Karen asked, "What does that mean?" While they were reading some of the verdict. Okay. Go ahead, Kendra.
um, if you listen to the Jen McCabe 911 call, let her
Mm,
hang up, listen to her apparently talk to herself, which we all know was a lie. She called her sister and informed them.
right.
And then you see and you can still hear Karen and Carrie screaming their heads off in the background. Then that
Right.
comes to a close. The cop is now there and his dash cam footage, and we get that, and you hear and see the craziness of it all.
Yeah.
It really puts into perspective, and if you've listened to all these witnesses talk, you get that moment just captured, and
Yeah.
you get it. So when people say, oh my god, she was like a nut, she was screaming, she was kicking at the door, screaming at the top of her lungs, open the goddamn door, you're like, yeah, you can actually see the footage of this happening, and it's not as it is explained in words.
Right. Yeah.
They intentionally made it sound like a complete and utter nutball.
Mm-hmm.
The person she was
It's
with
kind of
is
like the
dead in
depo
front of
with
her.
Jeremy, the first depo with Jeremy. When they started reading the transcript, they made it like no big deal. But anybody who's watched his channel knows how cocky he can be in a courtroom, and we've known that. So it was really, to me, I was like, oh my god, we need the audio. The judge needs to hear this, because I know damn well he wasn't acting all innocent and nice when he was saying those words. I mean, the words alone were bad enough. But everybody who read the transcripts made it like, Jeremy was doing nothing wrong. It was all innocent, but I know damn well it wasn't. Um, but so it's like, when you're comparing about reading it versus hearing it or seeing it visually, it's a big
Right,
difference.
right. It really is.
Yeah. So
And, they took her straight into the hospital because of her hysterical state she was in and was staying in. And they're like, okay, this woman's now not mentally okay. She's in a state of shock and grief and obviously duress. And so they had her examined and taken to the hospital, which is where they took her blood to see if she's on anything else and what's going on. Is her heart okay? They ran all these
yeah,
things. And that's where they got her blood alcohol content.
right. Well, you know what? When you're in a situation like that and it's going on, you don't even think. Your adrenaline kicks in. You're trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And this is a guy that you're in a relationship with is now dead. You know what I mean? Like, oh
Right,
my god. You're trying to figure out what the hell happened.
right,
And so I would be frantic too. Like I'd be like, what the, you know what I mean? Like going around screaming. I'd be, God, I couldn't even imagine if that was like, God forbid, Gabe or something. Like what? I'd be losing my mind.
right. And the
Losing
thing,
my mind.
and it's like it was you're also in the middle of the night in the dark in the freezing cold of a blizzard that's now just ice wind whipping at your face,
Yeah.
everybody's screaming, it's hard to tell what the like, it's just so much at once, and she's clearly a very
Who?
emotional person, like it's
Yeah. And even if you weren't, but now while all this going on, I mean, geez. You can't know how you will react in that situation. You could give yourself an idea based on other things that you may have been involved with, but if something like that, you can't know how. Kendra, you couldn't tell me how you're going to react. You could think you'll act a certain way, but you have no idea when it's right in front of your face how you're really going to react. Whether you're calmer, screaming. Like for me, I'd be so upset and devastated, but I found myself in situations where I've literally had to like be the one in control and be like, all right, let's go, let's just take care of this. Like for instance, a friend of mine's daughter had twin babies, and one of them passed away. And we had just come back from being out. This was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and these babies were infants. And when we came back is when we found out that her daughter was at the hospital, and my friend had a lot to drink, you know. And so she found that, and she's like on the floor and something like that. Like I would lose babies. What I mean, I would be like completely out of my god, And I literally had to like control the situation and get her to where she needed to be, and couldn't try and keep her as calm as possible, you know? So you don't really know until you're in a situation,
If it's not
how
happening
you're
to
gonna handle
you
things. Yeah.
directly,
So
but you're around
yeah,
it and close to it,
yeah,
you can react
yeah,
differently. But when it's
yeah.
happening to your physical body or your closest person, parent,
Right.
child, spouse,
Yeah.
I think,
Well, we were all pretty close. I mean, the girls stayed at my house and stuff, so it's like it was pretty. It was very intense. But I was the one who needed to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't know how you're going to
oh,
react until you're
there's that
there.
annoying bitch I hate. Sorry.
So,
This
so
this brunette they're showing, she's in a hot pink tank top. I cannot stand her. Or she hear her talking right there. She's fucking with her hair. I can't stand her.
oh, why? What does she do?
She's a content creator and she lives there in Canton and she thinks she knows everything under the
What's
sun.
her name? Please
And
don't tell me it's Samantha.
no, not
Okay.
Samantha. If you
Okay.
if you can't say a word, even if you're in agreement with her, she'll say
Mm-hmm.
things like, "Well, but I know. You agree with me because I told you because I
Oh
live
my
here." Like
god.
her whole attitude about it, it's like, "Bitch, please."
But anyway, but yeah, so the thing is, you don't know how you're gonna react. You think you'll react one way, and then you know, I can't even imagine. God, if anything ever happened to Gabe, I'm telling you, I need to go first. That's all I know, because I would not be able to handle it at all. Uh-oh. But your adrenaline does kick in certain instances. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know how that I would be for different people.
Right.
That's I know that. Like for my kids or my spouse, I'm going to be a certain way that's different than my parents and my friends and my neighbor, you know.
Hmm.
I know
Yeah,
that.
like with my mom, when my mom passed, a lot of people thought I was going to be a certain way, and I was not. I was not. But it's weird. You don't know, and when you're in that kind of mode, they want to make sure you're okay, because you can get yourself to a position where you could pass out. You could, I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? That
Right,
they
all we
want to
need
make
in the
sure
middle of
you're
a
okay.
crisis is another person collapsing and cutting open their head and having
Exactly.
another crisis. Like,
Exactly. Exactly. You look like sisters, pretty close to your mother's sisters. Yes, they are. Kendra is my first cousin. My mother and her mother are sisters. Good, good. I should play Fly Away. Oh my god, that looked like somebody I knew. Who is that? Did you grow up together? Yes. Yes. Kendra used to come and stay with us during the summers, all summers, if not more than that, but mostly the summers. We both have dark hair and look beautiful. Aw, thank you. Karen Reed Day in Boston. That's for sure. I'm so glad that, you know, last question, are you close in age? I don't know, would you consider that close? I'm older. She'll never let me live it down. She's told me that since we were kids. You'll always be older than me. And I'd say, and wiser. Ken, did I lose you? Like, you got so quiet.
oh, I'm just watching.
I love that you're live now. Normally, I'm asleep when you're live. Oh, cool. Yeah, we really don't go live during the day. We will. We're going to be covering the Idaho 4 case too. So you might see us a lot during the day when that happens.
Thank God this one will be on proper timeage.
Right.
It's on my
But I'll still
time.
be going on late. But wow, that's so cool. I'm so happy for her. Am I going live tonight? No, I'm not, because we were here today, and normally Wednesday nights I don't go live, or try not to go live. I usually use it as like my day off unless something crazy happens. Robbie's going to be live at 5:30. And then I think Tori might go live. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to her today because she's still healing, so she's changed her hours a little bit. So it's quite possible that she'll be live. Who is that? That's moving his
Turtle
hands up.
Boy. Turtle
That's
Boy.
Turtle Boy. He thinks he's famous, huh? Is he famous?
Yeah, he is famous. He is famous.
Okay.
Everybody loves him for Karen Reed.
Oh, okay, cool.
He started
Like,
the
who is
outing
that?
of stuff. Yeah, no, people are on board for him with this case. Due to
Okay,
his
he started the
personality,
outing. Uh,
due to his personality, I can't say that
mm,
everybody will always remain fan loyal to him.
mm-hmm.
But for this case, everybody's a big fan of Turtle Boy
Okay.
because he's one of those content creators, and he is that age group of a guy that just sort of says stuff the way he
Right.
wants to, and he got dragged into court for this. He had his own court case around this, and
Okay, so Tori said, go ahead, he was what?
he was also innocent.
Hmm.
So people are really
I hear Turtle Boy, and I'm just my brain just goes right into this whole case because I love turtles, and in the turtle sanctuary and things like that. So I'm kind of like, all right, who is this? Like that's why I didn't know who he was. I recently, like the past couple of days, is when I heard Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy. Turtle is to Karen as Lisa is to Germ. Really? That just sounded different though.
Wait, what did you say?
Turtle is to Karen as Lisa is to Germ.
No.
She's saying yes.
He's for
He's
Karen
for
Reed.
Karen.
Right.
Whereas I'm
Whereas
not for
you're
Germ.
not. Right. So I'm like,
Gotcha,
no.
yeah.
But okay, I think I see what they're trying to say is you outed Jeremy
Right,
and the bullshit he was doing with Michelle. That was an
right.
initial start. You outed him with that whole story that other people glammed onto, went on with their channels, and it kind of like grew. Turtle
Hmm.
Boy was
Well,
a
other people
lead,
were doing it too. Other
but
people were
Turtle
doing it
Boy
too.
was the leader in the conspiracies of the Karen Reed trial. So
Gotcha.
that's what
So
it
that's
is.
what she's been.
Right.
Okay, I
But
understand you now.
unlike you and Jerm on the opposite sides, Turtle Boy was on her side.
Yeah. You know what I can say though? My motion to oppose, I don't even think the judge read it before granting the amendment. He would have granted it anyway, and I know that, because it's a Second Amendment, right? But in my opposition, right, I made notice that I'm concerned about him using this amendment to not just add Ray, but to change claims and say things, right? And so at the end of my opposition, I said, if in fact you do grant it, can you please grant it with respect to only adding Ray, which is what he's stating, the leave to amend was. And I don't believe that the judge got to read it before he made a decision based on the timing of how it came out. And there was no order granting or denying that decision. So I think it doesn't even matter because he had already granted germs, right? So what he did was he said that Shockett had to file within 2 days the motion to amend the amendment, and with that, from the day he files, because I still have to respond, and so does Michelle. So we have 7 days from the date that he filed to respond now, whereas she had a certain date and I had a certain date. So whatever day he responds, which was today. So now instead of me having to have my response in by the 24th, I have to have it in by the 25th, right? And I have to answer the new amendment, right? So what does the new amendment say? It doesn't just add Ray. He changed shit with my name on it. He changed it from the week's scheme to now it's the Lee scheme. Which, okay, so fine, you change names, right? But then he added more statements and claims in there. And I'm like, see, I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was going to do it, and he did. So, and I pointed that out to the judge. I also, and this is the reason why I don't think he read my opposition is because I also made it known that Shaka has not sent me anything in regards to, him saying that he's, sent me copies of this, I'm on the service list. I've not received anything. And he didn't address any of that at all. What I should have done is in my motion to use Pacer and file electronically, I should have added that another reason why is because I'm not getting these, filings and on this being on the services, I'm not getting them. So I can use it, Pacer for that as well. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I knew that the amendment was going to go through anyway. But I got a lot of information in there. And that's important. But my motion to use Pacer was denied based on the fact that, he used, even prisoners can, get their filings done without Pacer, and they use paper because pro se people usually have to be filing, all their filings have to be done through paper. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll just send it the same way I am. As long as it's dated by the day it's due, I'm good. Like, no big deal. No big deal.
Thoughts and prayers for you, Stacy, for sure, for sure.
What's going on with Stacey? Hold on. I'm still in the chat over here. Could you use thoughts and prayers for my son's mother-in-law? She's oh, prayers up, honey. I'm sorry. Prayers up.
Yeah.
Send prayers your way,
That's
Stacy.
a rough time. It's definitely send him strength.
Mm-hmm.
To answer Suzanne's question, so
Mm-hmm.
the Idaho 4, we can definitely have a day where we review what the facts are from start to finish with where we're at with that, so to catch people up. It's gonna obviously be based in the state of Idaho, so it's gonna be more on my West Coast time. Thank you. I'm excited for mine finally being. I don't have to get
Which
up at
is
6
good.
a.m.
Well, it's good considering I'm like a later person. I can be up at noon. That works.
Right. So there's
That's my
actually
schedule anyway.
a
My normal schedule.
pre-trial hearing today because
There
it's supposed
was.
to start in August, the trial.
Bye, Pabs. See you
And
later.
his defense is trying to get it postponed 6 months. So there's a pre-trial hearing today. We don't know exactly at what time. It's not done yet. And again, on the West Coast, we operate a little differently. We don't show up at 9 a.m. all the time. We have a lot of afternoon time court. So
Right.
I literally just checked on it 5 minutes ago, and there was not a current update for what's been happening in that at all. So probably this evening we'll have more information if she got her way or not. But they haven't done the jury selection for that trial yet. We just have the start date of it. And it will be televised. There will be cameras on it, but I think it's a situation where you'll have to log into a very specific website, like that court's website, to view it live that way. But again, they're still in pretrial stuff, figuring all those facts out.
Right.
The only thing that has for sure been decided about the camera situation is that when the 2 surviving witness victims that lived in the house where the other 4 were murdered have to take the stand, and they both will be and do have to take the stand, when they get on stand, the cameras are going to shut down and not show us their testimony, which it's fine. I
It
understand.
will be in transcripts, though.
Right, but we won't get it instantaneously or anything.
Right.
So,
Right.
um, it unfortunately is the biggest two witnesses that we all want to hear their every last word and how it comes out. So yeah, already like it's a bummer, but they're doing it due to their PTSD issues and stuff.
Sandra
So I mean,
says
we'll see.
motion to stay hearing in Colberger case. And Cabert says ID4 trial is set to start August 11th unless judge postponed.
Right, that's what it just said. We're waiting on it. We
Yeah.
don't have an answer
Yeah.
yet.
Well, there was supposed to be a hearing today.
Right, that's what we're waiting on.
No. There was supposed to be a hearing today on the Levy County case with Michelle and Attorney Stark is in the hospital. So I'm not really sure how it went, but it seems like it was postponed. But even still, they knew this yesterday, and Jeremy put something out today about it. So I'm like, why would you do that, acting as if there's still going to be a hearing if you knew that there wasn't? That's what he does. But who knows? Maybe he still had to show up. I don't know. I guess we'll find out about it. But what
So
he says and what
whose
really
attorney is
happened.
sick?
Michelle's attorney that was on the case.
And so
He's in the hospital. He has health problems.
right, but Jeremy's acting like, oh, we were still going to court.
As of this morning, yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, because Bruce was talking to me last night, and he said that because Bruce is supposed to be on the Zoom hearing today, and or was supposed to be. I think it was at 1:00, and he said it's not going to happen because Stark's in the hospital, and Shockett confirmed it. So, okay, you know what I mean?
Right. That's why it's like, okay, whatever, dude.
So if that's the case, then why is Jeremy acting like the hearing's still happening this morning? Because trust me, if Shockett knew last night that he called the hospital to confirm that Stark was there, then why is Jeremy acting like there's going to be a hearing today? Unless, of course, they still had to show up. You know? I don't know.
You don't show up. I mean,
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
You can't show up if everybody can't show up. That's how that works. So.
Well, I don't know what
'Cause
this is. Let's take a look. Let's look at the Levy County ship. Let's see what I don't even know if they've updated that
because
fast.
nothing
But
can be done. So, like, if you don't get the memo till last minute and you show up, then they can just politely tell you we're not doing anything and you leave. But literally, nothing's allowed to be done if all parties are not able to be there. So,
yeah, well, here's the thing. This is the guy who knew I wasn't going to my deposition that was supposed to be at 10 a.m. in the morning. He knew the night before that I wasn't going. But at 8 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours before I was actually supposed to show up, he does the same thing that he did today with a post on his community page saying that I was a no-show at something that the time didn't even happen yet. You know what I mean? Saying I was a no-show. He did it because he knew I wasn't going to be there. Let's see. Court records access. Let's see what it says. Public search. I agree. Last name. No, it would be under. Let's see. So Jeremy had to do this. So let's just look at Hale. No, there's gonna be a whole bunch of them that comes up that way. Come on. Let's look. Search. New selection. It's not coming up. That's not it. Hold on. Back up. Let's look under. Let's go backwards. Hold on. Back. What? Yep, they are. They're trying to get sanctions on her for filing the lawsuit. Yeah, he's not even showing up either. Hold on. So weird. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go under his name. He just has a lot of stuff listed under his name. Alright, let's take a look, see. Alright, there it is. It's right there. Alright. Yep, nothing on there. Hold on. Court events. Here we go. 225, 6, 18, 25. So it was a conference. So it may have actually happened, but there's nothing there. So he'll probably have something to say about it, whether whatever's true or not, who knows. But it looks like there was a conference at 1:15. And it's listed there 6 times. It's nothing I can click on or anything. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, this isn't anything. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to see what bullshit he says about it. But, you know. Who knows? It says the event date, but it's listed 6 times, and it's probably because of all the defendants. But it doesn't say nothing about it. It doesn't say whether it took place or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Lisa, can you please give a brief summary of that case? This is the case. This is the thumbnail case where Michelle filed a lawsuit against Jeremy, DUI guy, DJ Radis. Let's see who else was on here. Martha. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was Jeremy, Martha, DJ Radis, and Larry Foreman. And it was regarding them using her image and likeness on their thumbnails for their videos as advertising, clickbait advertising for people to watch their videos.
They can make money.
Yeah, so they can profit from it. And without consent. Michelle did not give them consent to do so. So they were profiting off of her, and the videos are about defaming her all over the place. They were all doing it. I know that they were asked to stop doing it and remove it, and they all refused. DUI guy, it was so stupid because he didn't have many up there, so he should have just to keep himself out of this bullshit. He should have just, good night, Ren. Have a good day. He should have just, changed his stupid thumbnail. It was I don't know, maybe 5 tops at the time. But anyway, so what happened was, in the federal court and everything, there's also another case, the invasion case with the Grangers. That was a case as well. And being that there's a federal court case with Jeremy against Michelle and John, they're going to countersue him. There's countersuits there. So what she was doing was she was combining everything. So she decided to voluntarily dismiss the thumbnail case and the trespass 5 because she was going to file another lawsuit without prejudice, which means she can refile it. Because she was going to file one suit to have everything under one suit and not all these different cases all over the place, which makes sense to everybody, right? There's cases everywhere. And that's what she was going to do. But, she did dismiss it, and they're trying to go after her for sanctions for filing it in the first place. and they're trying to say it's a vexatious lawsuit or whatever, or frivolous, and sorry, frivolous. And so they're trying to get sanctions on her for those two cases. And Jeremy talks about the invasion case, which, excuse you, Jeremy, you're not on that. Why are you so concerned about it? The real reason is because he organized that whole Trespass 5 thing, the whole invasion thing. He organized it. And there's proof for the videos and stuff. But anyway, so he's going after her for sanctions for both. And now the Grangers have filed their own lawsuit against her for sanctions for that case.
You know what happens to 90% of court cases? I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
The overwhelming majority of cases result in plea bargaining.
Yeah. Well, there's no plea bargaining because this is civil cases.
I'm just
so
saying.
There's no plea bargaining.
The hardest case to prove in court, the top 5 hardest criminal charges to beat are first-degree murder, sexual assault, drug trafficking, white-collar fraud, repeat DUI offenses, DNA evidence cases, digital forensics, and ballistics and weapon analysis. Just throwing out some facts.
Anyway, so that's what the case was today, but I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure Jerem's going to talk about it today. That's what he usually does, and he spews a whole bunch of lies. Like last time he did it about the conference with Michelle and John, he totally lied. He acted like, the judge was yelling at Michelle. Meanwhile, the only person who actually got yelled at was Shockett. So this is how childish Nation is and sick as well. He is now doing puppet shows on Coops and Georgie's. Oh my God. He's got issues. I really feel like that guy needs to be evaluated.
Did you know that Red Bull was sued for false advertising related to its Red Bull gives you wings slogan?
Are you serious?
Right, because the lawsuit claimed that the slogan and other marketing claims about the drink's performance benefiting you, as in giving you wings, is misleading. So Red Bull settled the lawsuit for $13 million without admitting wrongdoing and offered customers $10 or 2 free Red Bulls. And I'm sorry.
Some people would actually believe that if you drank something, it might give you wings. And
it's
crazy.
I just cannot. Oh my God, that it got to be to that point where they said, "Fine, we'll give you some free Red Bulls. Shut the fuck up." Okay.
You'd be
This is why
surprised.
you've lost faith in humanity.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. So that's why Jeremy thinks he can just use the court case, the courtroom, as his content. In the amendment today, he totally lied, saying that in August of 24 is when that I was a moderator for him, and I left. He's trying to make it look like I'm mad at him for something, and that's why I'm doing all this.
Okay.
That I left and went against him. No, we're talking. I stopped doing anything for you with the Maryland Raby case. Wait, let me take that back. I stopped watching everything you did with the Maryland Raby case because I was turned off. I still was in there Sunday nights and still did the links because I was a moderator. You know what I mean? And I frequently watched George's brother. Is still being nice about it. I was starting to see Jeremy for who he really is. But when he pulled that shit with Robbie, I was done. And that was in May of 2022. So Shockett, in his amendment that was put into the court case today, states that I was his moderator up until August of 2024, where I just snapped and switched sides or something. Yeah. I was like, you fucking lying sack of shit. I can prove my timeline. Shockett has no clue. I mean, come on. They didn't even know my name. But they're acting like I'm this upset person that worked for Germ for some reason. No, I did not Work for Germ.
Oh God.
I saw enough being a moderator. Girls going down. JH doesn't do anything without receipts. Really? Show me receipts then. He hasn't shown any receipts. I have. I've shown plenty. And the court will see plenty more. This dude has not shown receipts at all. Whatever. So yeah, so that's it. I don't know what else is next. Receipts are for what?
I'm not.
Receipts are for court seat. Receipts are for court seat. You might want to get a seat at that court so when you find out what what Jeremy's gonna find out. Pretty funny because everything that he's accusing people of, like all the defendants, Jeremy's the one that's actually doing. Jeremy cannot prove what he says or states as claims in the court case, but we have the evidence to prove he's lying and that he's the one that's actually doing it. Yeah. You know what? Here's a receipt for you. You guys are trying to sit there and talk about, some kind of money not being shown or something like that. Why don't you go back? Better yet, go to yesterday's live of mine and just watch the very beginning. Watch the first 3 minutes. There's something called Palama. You're going to see fences being put up. You're going to see a Christmas event. And you're going to see stuff there for a barn. Those are your receipts. That's all you're going to get. Get it? Got it. Good. You have no standing for anything else. Thank you. Bye. Putting my foot down with this crap. And the 56K number actually comes from the money Jeremy raised for the aunts to try and get the child taken away from Michelle and John. So that's where that number resides. Thank you.
Oh no.
What happened?
Why is this now being? What's today?
Yeah. What's happening?
No, I was just reading about REO Speedwagon who got into an accident.
Oh no. So yeah. So for those who have not donated, the receipts are up there. I don't care what y'all say. The stuff that's already been paid for is done. It's there. It's up. You don't need to see anything else. I got most everything he's got. I'm an Ohio girl. He's got big time receipts. That's all I'm saying, except you will soon find out. Proto, whatever the hell your name is, I could give two shits where you're from. Okay? I'm not worried about his receipts. He has no receipts. He wasn't involved in anything. He has no involvement whatsoever in anything that I do or have done. He has no standing. Don't you get it? So, Ohio don't mean shit to me. I am not from Ohio. I have nothing to do with Ohio. Ohio does not have any kind of jurisdiction over me. And I got plenty of receipts on Germ. I'm just smart and I don't show all my receipts. So,
Look at the peaceful screen I have on my TV right now.
FOFO? What is FOFO? What does that mean?
Fuck
Is that something I'm supposed to be afraid? That's what I thought, but what is that supposed to mean? Gotta be a hodunk. Let's do the hodunk shuffle. You want to do the hodunk shuffle? Oh, Peb's left.
I want to be a bird.
I have no problem
over
answering
there.
idiots and making them look stupid. I thought that's what they meant, Ed. Fuck around and find out. I don't have to fuck around. There's already a criminal investigation against Jerem. Guess who put it all together for them? I have the receipts. Trust that. And nothing I've done is edited. Nothing I've done that I have as far as the edit, because they have screenshots and this and that. Oh, I'm sorry. I have more than screenshots. What didn't George say? Videos don't lie. I got videos. Videos. And by the way, I got peeps in Ohio too. So shut up. I know. I was like, what does FO mean? Fuck off, fuck off. Ouch. Ouch. Ooh, you hurt me. Ouch.
I want to be a
Even
bird.
even if they got it right, fuck around and find out. I ain't scared.
Hey, I'm gonna go
I'm not
poop on
scared.
people that I don't like.
So this is what happens when you don't put the subscriber mode on.
Go be a poopy on you. I'll poopy on you. I'm just a bird.
All right, so let's see. People were asking about the case today. Let's take a look. See, hold on.
What case today? I thought you just looked.
No, hold on. Two defendants must dismiss for failure to state claim in the Rule 12B. Who is this from? Defendant documents filed a motion to dismiss 9 of the amended complaints which alleges civil. Okay, so we have a motion to wait. Hold on. This is a response in opposition to defendant's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim under Rule 12B6, Doc 61. Defendant John Cook has filed a motion to dismiss count 9 of the amended complaint, which alleges civil conspiracy for failure to state a claim under Rule of Civil Procedure 12B6, Doc 61. The amended complaint alleges that Cook participated in a conspiracy to harm the plaintiffs, and Cook enlisted other co-defendants to join the conspiracy. Oh my God, this just cracks me up. Cook argues that the allegations in the amended complaint are conclusory and lack factual support to establish an agreement or concerted action. Cook asserts that the amended complaint fails to allege any underlying facts to support the existence of an agreement or overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. Memorandum in opposition to defendant Cook's motion to dismiss. Plaintiffs respectfully submit this memorandum in opposition to Cook's motion to dismiss count 9 of the amended complaint, which alleges civil conspiracy under Florida law. A civil conspiracy requires specific elements, all of which have been adequately alleged in the amended complaint. Defendant Cook's motion mischaracterizes the allegation and improperly seeks dismissal, despite the amended complaint's compliance with the pleading standards set forth in Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 8A and relevant case law. To serve a motion to dismiss under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12B6, a complaint must state a claim that is plausible on its face, and it cites case law. A claim is plausible when the plaintiff pleads factual content that allows the court to withdraw the reasonable inference that the defendant is liable for the misconduct alleged. Cites more case law. Conclusory allegations and legal conclusions unsupported by factual allegations are insufficient. However, the court must accept all factual allegations as true and construe them in light most favorable to the plaintiff. Argument. The amended complaint adequately... How many pages is this? Hold on. The amended complaint adequately alleges the elements of civil conspiracy under Florida law. Under Florida law, a civil conspiracy requires 1, an agreement between 2 or more parties, 2, to do an unlawful act or to do a lawful act by unlawful means, 3, the doing of some overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy, and 4, damage to the plaintiff as a result of the acts done under the conspiracy. There's more case law.
Thank you. Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Rather, the conspiracy is merely the vehicle by which the underlying tort was committed, and the allegations of conspiracy permit the plaintiff to hold each conspirator jointly liable for the actions of the co-conspirators. Okay. Agreement between two or more parties. The amended complaint alleges the defendant Cook agreed with other co-defendants to harm the plaintiffs. Specifically, paragraph 239 of the amended complaint states that Cook agreed to launch a
Thank you.
campaign
Oh, thank
to
you.
damage Hales. While
Thank
Cook
you.
argues that this allegation is conclusory, Florida
What a
law
time.
permits the use of circumstantial evidence to establish the
You're gonna
existence of
fall
an
off.
agreement
You're gonna fall.
in a conspiracy case. The
Okay.
circumstantial evidence is often necessary because the direct evidence of an agreement is typically in the possession of the co-conspirators. This means the existence of a conspiracy and individuals' participation in it may be inferred from the circumstantial evidence. Oh, God. Let's see. Moreover, under Florida law, each conspirator need not act to further a conspiracy, but need only know of the scheme and assist in some way to be held responsible for all of the acts of his co-conspirators. Unlawful act or lawful act by unlawful means and overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. In count 9 of the amended complaint, the plaintiff references in detail 3 underlying actionable unlawful acts or lawful acts by unlawful means. 1. Violations of Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, Florida statute, blah, 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 whatever, we already know about this. False advertising under the Lanham Act. And 3, the tort of tortious interference with advantageous business relationships. I'm already tongue twisting here. The amended complaint demonstrates that Cook engaged in a conspiracy with all defendants to commit 1. Violations of Florida's deceptive and unfair trade practices, false advertising under the Lanham Act, and the tort of tortious interference with advantageous business relationships. The amended complaint alleges a continuous course of conduct by Cook and the co-defendants. This is just cracking me up. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Which culminated in harm to the plaintiffs. To begin, the alleged scheme is unlawful, and it states why that is. Violations of the Florida Deceptive. This is like a joke. Hold on. Third, the agreement between Cook and defendants is evident. And there's no agreement anywhere. This is like hilarious. And can be inferred from circumstantial evidence in the amended complaint. 1. Weeks agreed to launch a campaign to damage Hales. Lie. Weeks' actions. Lie. Weeks was chosen by Preston to be Preston's podcast or PR person. Lie. All of the defendants have appeared on Weeks' online platform channel as part of Weeks' scheme between June. That's a lie. All the other defendants, really? I've never had MLS on my channel. I've never had John on my channel. I've actually never had Michelle on my channel. Okay, so sorry, that's lies. Since May 2023 to date, Preston solicits money publicly via Facebook marketing and via GoFundMe project, receiving money from consumers and from Weeks. She has never received a dime from me. Lie again. Claiming she's indigent while withholding her true income. Lie. What else? Cook, upon believing Weeks was given a great deal of money to himself and to Preston, suggested during a Weeks live stream that they all go on a cruise together. To me, that's the funniest part of this whole freaking thing. That he actually put that in the court. It's a joke, and he put it in the court case. On or about November 15, 2024, Helen appeared on Weeks' YouTube live stream and stated, regardless of the false signs about Jeremy Hales, he did not appear on my live stream. He was in the chat. That's not beyond the panel and coming on the stream. You know what I'm saying? In the chat. Helen also, so he's going into all this. This has nothing to do with, okay. He brings up Dave. He brings up Raymond. He brings up Matskin and Helm, Weeks, Preston, Cook. Florida law recognizes that a civil conspiracy must be based on an independent wrong or a tort that would constitute a cause of action, which is not true. Anyway, damages. The amended complaint alleges that the plaintiff suffered damages. Blah, 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 blah. Meets the plausible standard under amended complaint. General, this is pretty long, guys. Oh, here it goes. Okay. For the reasons stated above, the court should deny in full. Cook's motion to dismiss. Should the court grant the motion on any ground, however, it should do so without prejudice and afford plaintiffs an opportunity to amend to address any perceived defect. This is all crap. He's just trying to say that the allegations, he's trying to keep him into the civil conspiracy crap. And the thing is, they can't prove civil conspiracy. Can't do it. And here's another thing. I'm on the service list again. I'm probably not going to get this as well because I haven't received anything else. Yeah.
Well,
So
this
there's
is all
that.
very lengthy of bullshit.
Yeah. And this something else, I guess. Hold on. Oh, this is so hot. Please send my filter back in that movie. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's just. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to look and see what's been filed. Oh, here it is. Okay, so many cases here. Let's see. Given the history, I object in that this letter regarding this current situation. Who is that? Oh, from Shocker to. Okay. Why does this email read backwards? Hang on.
What?
I'm looking at an email. June 16th. Okay, hold on. Schedule hearing requests. Please note email received. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for here because I'm looking at an email thread. So I'm trying to look through it to see. Oh my gosh.
Hannah, you're using the Celsius over there. Like us in America, we don't do the Celsius. What are you doing to me?
Oh my god.
I got to be like doing math in my head now.
Wow. So, who is this from? Okay, so there's confirmation from Randy that he received confirmation that Mr. Stark is currently a patient at Morton, okay, in a hospital. Okay, so he confirmed that. And then a response, he is entitled to privacy. HIPAA laws do not call again. He's not lying and not here. Okay. So I guess they're harassing his office. Meanwhile, he's in the hospital. So Shockett says Shockett wrote, "Good afternoon. I just spoke with the paralegal for Mr. Stark, who refuses to provide any documentation regarding this purported hospitalization. We will be there on Wednesday." Okay, so this is Monday. Good afternoon. I just spoke with attorney. We thank you for your kindness. Attached to the filing, I'm his wife, Jean, and acting paralegal. We will get through this. He's in stable condition. Okay, so that's why this is going backwards in my email anyway. Let's see. So basically what's gone on is that it looks like Stark's wife was advising the court that he's in the hospital. Shockett didn't believe it and is demanding information, but there are HIPAA laws. But Shockett did confirm that Stark is a patient at a hospital. So, and then, so I'm going backwards. So they're talking about scheduling hearing requests after that. So on the 16th, Judge Davis will continue the hearing upon receiving documentation from Mr. Stark's medical doctor regarding his current situation. So the hearing was continued. Yes. So they knew this 2 days ago. Jeremy knew this 2 days ago. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Any proposed orders and order from an only scheduled hearing. Let's see. Given the history, I object in that this is not a letter regarding Mr. Stark's current situation. So, yeah.
Oh, yum. I'm drinking water. Love it. Ugh.
Yeah. That's all I'm getting.
Yes, that's your spot.
What's going on in the chat?
Oh, God. I'm dying over here. I'm drinking water.
I can't read what I'm reading and read the chat at the same time, guys. I can only read one screen at a time. So, and the way I'm getting like a copy of it, it's like I'm looking backwards or something. I have to. Okay, I'm here.
Hannah made me do math.
I'm not ignoring you. I was reading something. Let's see. Experienced judge would dispose of it efficiently. When do we get our cabin or cruise? That's it. Okay, a fake case taking up all this time and resources. We're up to 70 plus docket entries, not even close to pleading stage and being done. A farce.
Thank you, guys. You're so funny.
I'm going backwards in this, so I'm not sure what I was.
Shockett needs to be disbarred.
I can't disbar him.
Well, Bruce said so.
I can't do anything about it. I've actually in my opposition, which I don't think the judge read before, and I'm just saying that because there's certain things that I pointed out that the judge should have made note of about my not being conferred with or on the service list and receiving any documents. I would have thought he would have at least made note of that. So I'm guessing within the time frame he didn't even read, or at that time he didn't read it. But either way, I did file it. It's in the case file. But I made note of Shockett's there being a possible investigation as to how he was able to obtain a Florida license based on Arkansas and his activity, about not being able to be a licensed lawyer in Arkansas, and why.
Monica, hush with the positivities about the water.
So I added that. I made note of it. It's on there. I don't really know what else to do. It's in there, and I feel it's only fair to do that. The court needs to realize who they're dealing with. And the more people they involve in it, the more people stating what's going on, the more the court's going to have to see what's going on.
Oh, Victoria, we did the Karen Reed. The verdict came in. She was not guilty on all of the murder charges. She did get 1 year probation for operating under the influence. And that's it. And the judge sentenced her to that right on the spot. So she's basically free and not guilty. Done with this part anyway.
Let's see, what else? Alrighty.
Oh yeah, this was
That's
awesome.
it. That's all I have right now.
We had it going. We were live on Law and Crime Channel. We had our own feet on the ground with Toma right there in front of the steps, videoing for
Yeah, you
us.
should go back and watch it.
It was
Watch the
very
replay.
exciting. you could hear the cheer from outside where Toma was standing from the courtroom cameras inside. You could just hear the booming cheer of the not guilty. Is awesome. And Toma did a great job. She's
Yeah,
so
she
darn
did. She
cute.
absolutely
She's
isn't
so
she?
darn cute. I love her. She's just so cute. She just smiles and waves, and it's like she's perfect.
Hello.
And she signed the book that
And she's
Karen
a
will be
sweetheart to
getting
begin with.
for us.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
And
Yep.
she was able to walk around. We got to see people and just kind of stand in the crowd with everybody waiting for them to come out. And
That was
you know what?
awesome. The
You know what I
crowd
thought?
was like so loud. My gosh.
Yeah, the crowd just realized it's over with now. We get to be loud. Thanks. We don't give a shit about
Yeah.
the be silent rule,
Right?
which was
Couldn't
awesome.
help themselves. How could you help that? You know what I mean? But when you're listening from the courtroom and you hear, because, Tomo was out here, she was actually on the live with us. When you're hearing it in the courtroom and you can hear how loud the crowd was from inside that courtroom, like,
And
wow.
realize they're across the street
Yeah.
outside, and this was closed doors of a building, and that
Yeah.
roar was just amazing. So that was
It
pretty
was. That
cool.
was crazy.
And you can tell, even though it's all said and done, it's probably a whirlwind in Karen's mind right now. But you could see it in her speech afterwards that she was still like nervous and jazzed up,
Yeah.
like not with it fully, like, I can't believe this is happening moment.
Yep.
Um, and
I gotta get a drink, Kim, to keep talking. I'll be right back.
And what was also, cool is everybody had to be seated except for the defendant. So she's the only person standing, and the foreman stands and says not guilty. And you're like, "Phew, okay." And but we still got more counts to go. And then the jury's, are everybody in agreement? Yes, they are. Okay, we move on. So you're kind of seeing like the heads look back and forth of the lawyers to the jury to the foreman, and everybody's just tense and quiet, and waited until we got to all of them, and then the thunderous applause and noise started, and we still kind of weren't really done because we had the OUI charge, but at that point, everybody was good. There was no murder around any of it. So, and she just had instant tears, and she's hugging her lawyers. They were so emotional with her. And Yannetti, one of her first lawyers, he was just crying, just completely crying. And that's a nice thing to see, that they attached, they have a bond, they made an emotional connection, they believed in her, they believed in the facts, in the science, and they were there to defend it as hard as they could, and they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, they sure did.
Because Bev over there, the judge, she was not exactly helpful. There's a count of all the objections and sustains on each side that were made, and the sheer allowance that the prosecution got versus the defense. Just unbelievable corruption in that poor city.
I still think that
So
they need to hold those other people responsible.
she does have a civil trial that will maybe get underway. We don't know. We hope not. We hope the family drops it, but
They really need to go after those cops that were involved. But I don't
that would
know.
be the quote unquote other agency's job, the FBI.
Oh, the one you weren't allowed to mention. Mm,
Right. Because
yeah.
that's who came in for corruption, and that's how people got reprimanded, and Michael Proctor ultimately got fired. And it was due to the FBI's investigation
Right.
that led to that. So they need to continue their investigation. And this won't be national news. Like, we're not going to know this. We'll just get tidbits of so and so was fired or this or that happened. The FBI doesn't make announcements around all their stuff. But I can tell you one thing. If I was Karen, I would not want to be out in public very much while I'm on probation in that area. That's for sure.
All right.
I don't need any harassing. You know, you want to be able to just go out and go to Target and people are going to want to come up and say stuff to you. And, she understands that. But I mean, it gets tiring, I'm sure. And, she's still under the spotlight of scrutiny with that corrupt law department. And you never know what bullshit they're going to concoct.
Right.
What I would want to do, I feel like we ought all want to do, we all know better not to do this, and she won't be doing it. But you want to text all those motherfuckers and just say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, each and every one of
Oh
them.
my God.
There you go. It's in text, baby. Fuck you.
You're bad, Kendra.
Well, I mean, don't you kind of want to? I mean, be real. Like, this whole thing came out about butt dials and texts and bullshit. Like, come off it.
Yeah.
And then why did you delete all those butt dials? Oh, because they were butt dials. But why did you just delete those? Like, just the nonsense that went on. It's like, come on.
Yeah. This
You
is
hope that
crazy.
you hope that the investigation into the corruptness of the law in that area gets investigated, and in doing so it turns up the actual people that did wrong in that house that night, and then they get convicted, because you got to think that they can't stick to their story anymore if they're being interviewed by the FBI again. The FBI's gonna be like, well, that didn't work out for you, so you got anything else to say? Somebody will flip.
Yeah.
Somebody can
I,
flip.
I think they're glad they got that not guilty verdict rather than the hung jury. You know what I mean? Because that would have meant I mean, obviously that guy was said he's going to keep going further and further, which would have been really stupid on his part. But at least this made it so they can't do that again. You know? And
Exactly.
she's obviously not guilty. You know?
Right.
And it ended it. It ended it. So
And you know what bothered me, which is a
what?
real trivial thing? So she had a brand new 2022 Lexus, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I have a new, not Lexus, but it's a Toyota. And all these cars now come with, when, you're backing up, you got your camera, you get the beep, 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 the warning, it gets more intense, right? Lots of cars have them. But
Right.
they have it in place now for some vehicles, models, what have you. It's not completely standard from what I understand, but mostly it is in the newer cars. The cars automatically brake for you if you're getting too close to something and you're just not responding to the severe warnings and noises going off in your car. And
Uh-huh.
I tested this in my car, and it's kind of annoying, I got to be honest, because I'm backing up to my neighbor's garbage pail. So big deal if I tap the garbage pail, right? It
Mm-hmm.
brakes for me. My whole dash turns red, screaming the words brake, and the brake actually brakes for me because the car's like, you're just not listening. So her car has the same function, I'm told. I don't own a Lexus. I don't know, but I looked into it, and that's what Lexus tells me. And so I don't know how you can do the maneuver they were trying to say that she did in that car. And in the key cycles of the computer, where it's saved about all the movements you do with your car, when your door opens, when you turn on and off your lights, every single thing now gets recorded, every move it makes. So if some emergency happened like that braking and you're not responding and it brakes for you, your car should record it, because it's an
Right.
event that happened. And it didn't.
Right.
It didn't record that happened. It recorded zero impact even. It also records impacts. So
Yeah.
odd. And I was just like, well, that's interesting, because It recorded all this other nonsense, but it didn't record that big moment. I mean, you would have thought I was hitting a giant, dog or building or something. The way my car started screaming at me scared the shit out of everybody in the car. Like, I just, stuff like that drives me nuts when it comes to the science and the data and medical science stuff. And you go, so for all these things, it all went copacetic. And then all of a sudden, oh, it didn't catch that one thing. Oh, okay. Please. Please.
Keith said Brian got rid of a lot of evidence when he had the house basement redone. A lot of evidence was removed as well as well as the dog being removed. Someone there was responsible for John's death. I think so. That's how I see
Yeah.
it. Hey, Robert. Robbie's
They
going live in 30 minutes. Yes, he is.
they need to come up with a new story for the FBI. The sad part
What's
about it
wrong?
is that John just needs justice and he doesn't have it. Nobody's, the truth has not come out about his death and he just deserves that.
Have I seen the DeSantis letter about germs from a while ago? I'm just sitting here being a bum, drinking a shake.
What kind of shake?
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
exciting.
I did. No big deal, Robert.
It's 90 degrees here.
That was incited. He kept telling people to call. No,
Ooh, strawberry
he kept
shake.
telling people to call, Robert. It's pretty interesting. And it's interesting for Michelle's case. So, Germ's a fool. Telling you, he was stupid enough to say a lot of the things that he said, not thinking that she was going to have any type of legal recourse. And he was wrong. And not only does she have legal recourse, but so does everybody else. This is about stalking. I'm not sure. If you have it, you can send it over to me.
I was just
I
going to
only saw
say,
one letter involving DeSantis.
has anybody had the new Wendy's shakes?
No. Why?
I
Oh,
saw the advertisement. It was like a parade of colorful looking shakes across my screen. And I went, wait, what the hell is this? Wendy's has like, it's red, yellow, white, chocolate. What are these flavors? What is happening? Is that the shake that you have, Kristen?
he's
Oh,
live now. Hold on a second. Is that a
no,
30-minute notice?
I got a 30-minute notice.
Okay. My phone doesn't show the whole thing, so that's why I asked. They're so yummy. What kind
Francis,
of shakes are
Tate,
they?
you are seeing a gentleman now.
Ooh.
Exciting.
108 there. Oh my god. That's hot.
As long as you're happy and he treats you right, I'm all in, Francis.
He didn't see you coming, Lisa. Oh, he definitely didn't see me coming.
Okay, what flavors have you tried, Kristen? This is important.
You know what? There's only so much bullshit you can watch happen, And Guapo thing was the last straw. I had no idea about Michelle. That's a whole different ball.
Real fruit and such. Oh my goodness. 108? Are you on the sun, Sandra? I'm sorry. I have 90 degrees right now, and I'm living in a dark tomb. My house is dark. I have no lights on. Everything's closed up.
Frances is being a cougar. She's being a cougar.
Whoa, look at that. You go, girl. I love it. I love that for Francis.
What's up, Chris?
Oh, God. Kristen is a shake connoisseur, my kind of girl. You've had them all, but strawberry is the best. Okay. I need to go
Where I
look at
send it? Send it to 2Lee's Pod. It's at the bottom of the screen, hun. 2Lee's Pod at gmail.com. Thank you, Robert.
shakes. If I go get a shake without all my family members, I'll never hear the end of it. Okay, well, especially the giant one. Yeah, use my location. I don't care. Y'all track me anyways. Okay.
Oh my God.
We got chocolate and vanilla, Oreo brownie twist vanilla frosty fusion, Pop Tarts strawberry vanilla, caramel crunch, brownie batter, strawberry vanilla frosty swirl, caramel vanilla frosty swirl. Oh my God, why is there so much choices? So hold on. Caramel crunch chocolate frosty fusion or vanilla. I see. You get your choice. I like that. Strawberry chocolate or strawberry vanilla? Pop Tart strawberry or Pop Tarts vanilla? I'm excited. Okay. I feel like this is in my future. I'm psychically sensing that's going to happen tonight. Now I have to decide which one to go for. I'm not a chocolate gal, so I'm going to not go for the chocolate, but I know that Gary probably will. So then I can still get a taste of it. So I can report back my findings if anybody cares. The crunch fusion thing looks fun. Might have to
Ken
go
just
for
doing the
that.
taste test.
I might have to go for that. Oh, I'm the best at that. I did one for my girlfriend on a water flavored thing. She showed it to her coworkers. They were hysterically laughing for an hour, she said. She's like, "Oh, this is the best. This is the faces you're making, the commentary, like this is the best." Okay, I'm torn on which one I want to try. I want to try the Pop Tart strawberry vanilla frosty fusion or the caramel crunch.
Right.
Ah, God. I'm gonna have to probably go for that strawberry. I'm feeling strawberry. Let me pick what Gary's flavor will be. I'll just tell him that way I can try it. I'm gonna have him go for the caramel crunch. But the caramel crunch chocolate frosty. And then oops, no, we're sorry, we don't want that bag of frosty. I don't know what Christopher will get, but Christopher will pick a third one.
Oh, wow. So it looks like, I'll just read it. Mike Volpe posted, "It looks like someone's unhappy with me and Richard Luthman. Both of us got privacy complaints within 24 hours of each other. The complaints are against the channel and not specific to any one video. YouTube hasn't figured out yet the privacy complaints are frivolous and part of a coordinated attack on our channels. If you want to know who I think is behind these frivolous complaints, go to 35 minutes of this video." I'm going to have to go and look at that because myself received a privacy complaint and so did Leslie. Isn't that funny? Oh, wow. Court TV, their thumbnail has a really good shot of Karen Reed and her attorneys outside. It's a good thumbnail. Interesting. Alrighty. Well, guys, missing 3-year-old girl found alive. Ooh. Wow, really? Let's get one of each. Kenji, I think you're sending everybody to Wendy's tonight.
Yeah, see, I'm real good at getting everybody jazzed up about shit that's, you know, non-important, but yet extremely important. Well, I mean, we got Sandra on the sun over there. We got all these people complaining of their heats incoming. I
Yeah.
agree. So the shake thing just was perfect. I mean, I'd already seen it, and then Kristen reminded me and got me all jazzed up.
I can't
Oh
have
yeah,
dairy, but I might
I
risk it.
can't.
I think I know what I'm doing for dinner, that's for sure.
I know I can't
Kristen got
have
everybody
dairy
wanting
either
shakes.
either, but I will have a little bit.
Clara Bell found alive.
Well, that's great. I was unaware somebody was missing.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's always a good thing.
Clara Bell.
Under storm
A
watch until
missing
10 p.m.
Montreal toddler, Clara Bell, has been found in Ontario.
Oh, well, yeah, we don't tend to get too much of the news about that area of being that it's just over the border over yonder.
Okay, so missing. Oh, great. This site's going to have a whole bunch of pop ups. Missing Quebec toddler found alive in Ontario.
That
Investigators were searching area around St. Albert, Ontario for 3-year-old child, Clara Bell. She's been missing since Sunday. She's been found alive in Ontario. A drone spotted Claire by the side of a highway 417 near St. Albert, Ontario, about 150 kilometers west of Montreal, just after 3 p.m.
how
According to
did a
Quebec,
3-year-old walk around the streets
I don't
by
know.
herself for 3 days and nobody noticed?
I don't know. It says she was alone but seemed healthy. The police found the girl. Obviously, we're relieved she was found. The best possible outcome. Police are taking care of her and ensuring she has food and water. The Ontario and Quebec provincial police will hold a joint news conference later this afternoon to provide more details. It was the best case scenario end to a search that had included about 150 officers and trained volunteers, a helicopter, and ATVs. The 3-year-old was reported missing on Sunday west of Montreal. Searchers had combed fields and searched buildings for 3 days in the hope of finding Claire. Initially, the search focused on a wide swath around Coteau de Lac, Quebec. I'm not sure if I said that right. Where Claire's mother had been on Sunday. As the search continued, however, police widened their net. Both the SQ and Ontario Provincial Police said Wednesday they were reported sightings of a child in Ontario.
Reported
The SQ,
sightings. You go up to the child and you comfort her and you stay by her. And if she lets you hold her hand, you hold her hand and you call police and you wait with her until police arrive. How hard is
right.
that, folks? Oh, I happen to see a 3-year-old over there. What's wrong with people?
The SQ also said they had located a witness who spoke to Claire's mother on a farm in the Montérégie, I don't know if I'm saying this right, region near the Ontario border on Sunday. Claire's mother, Rachel Ella Todd, 34, was arrested on Monday and charged with child abandonment. In handcuffs and a dark red t-shirt, she made a brief appearance at the Salaberry de Valley Field Courthouse on Wednesday. She remains in custody and is scheduled to appear again June 20th.
I
Claire
see a
had
three
last
year
been
old
seen.
on the side of the road. I'm pulling my car over and I'm approaching the child. Okay, I'm sorry. Call me crazy, but I think you're crazy to not. What the fuck?
It said Claire had last been seen at her residence near Newman Avenue in Montreal's LaSalle borough Sunday morning around 9:45 a.m. The SQ said Claire's mother reported her missing a few hours later at a store in Coteau-du-Lac, about 50 kilometers west of Montreal. An employee of the store said the woman drove her car into the parking lot and ran into the store in a panic. The SQ's Cosette said investigators had received hundreds of tips for the case by early Wednesday. The search efforts had been previously focused on areas near the junction of Highway 30 and 20, as well as areas around Highway 40, west of the island of Montreal, an area police said is difficult to access due to dense vegetation. According to Radio Canada sources, Todd didn't seem lucid and made confused remarks when she met with investigators. Sources also told Radio Canada an analysis of Todd's phone revealed searches for children's funeral urns, as was first reported by the Journal de Montreal on Tuesday. A video posted by Todd in the hours before Claire's disappearance has surfaced on TikTok. Radio Canada has confirmed the account belongs to her. In the short video, Todd is holding Claire and speaks into the camera saying, "You try that again, and this is going to get ugly." The caption reads, "Have you come up against a mother with nothing to lose?"
I'm so confused. What?
Yeah.
Was this child left, or was this mother out of it on some substance and forgot her child and then panicked about it? What?
I don't know.
Was this all a ruse? I mean, what?
It says CBC does not know the context in which the video was filmed. Quebec Provincial Police, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, by the way, because there's hyphens all over it. Police said they were not commenting on the video. The charge against Todd alleges that she abandoned her daughter and put her life and health in danger. If found guilty, the maximum sentence is 5 years in prison. On Monday evening, police announced they had found a dead brown chihuahua around Highway 30 in the Vaudreuil-Dorion area. The dog matched the description of the one thought to be with the girl when she was last seen. And as of Tuesday evening, police were still working to confirm that that's the same dog. That's up.
Well, according to this
That's
article,
weird.
which doesn't seem to have quite all the facts yet, but
Right.
the weirdness over the whole thing, I'm going to be the jury in this case as well. I find the mother guilty of weirdness, and the child needs to be with safer adults.
Right. So they
Because
seem to have the child in custody with them. It didn't say anything about, like, if there's a grandparent, a father, nothing.
right.
So, paid government media. Let me scroll up because I can't. It's not letting me do that.
But with further information, this could all just be a corrupt police thing. And the child, but I mean, the fact that she's found 3 days later, she's only 3 years old and she's not even like dehydrated and needing medical assistance, that's odd too.
Right.
So she was being cared for.
Thank
in
you,
some
Robert.
way.
Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, it is 5:15. Robbie is going live in 15 minutes. I need to go do a bio break before that he starts his live. So if you guys want, go head over to Get Swamped and check him out. He does giveaways on Wednesdays and does a lot of fun stuff. So thank you all so much for being here today and supporting us and our channel. And thank God, man, that verdict's out. Karen's free. Karen Reed's free.
Woo!
Justice prevailed. So I hope you enjoyed the show and hanging out with us today. I will not be on this evening. I don't think so. But I know Stacy's going live tonight, and there's a possibility I can pop on there. But I will be back tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. So,
all right, everybody, enjoy your evenings.
Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome.
Don't forget your shakes.
And we'd like to thank Toma for being there and going live with us and showing us what was going on live and in person at the courthouse today. That was fun. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. So, guys, have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you later, but definitely go to Get Swamped and check them out over there. And check out Stacy's live tonight. Stacy and Floater. All the mods. They'll all be over there. So go check it out. Thank you, guys.
Thank
I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.